Viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not factual and it is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
All the crap that we're interested in. Searching for the truth. Exploring the unexplained. Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert
button so you don't miss an episode.
Ow!
Welcome to the truth about
beer.
And well, good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Joey.
And good morning, all yous out there.
In YouTube land and Facebook.
Which I don't know if anybody's out there yet, but we're here.
They will be soon. So we are hanging out here today at the Superstition Mountain Museum.
All day
long. So are we going to do this in segments, you think? Or
I think so.
Probably.
I don't think we do a marathon.
Probably not. So
now I don't know if the one person that's watching is me.
It could be. Or it could be me because I'm on here too. So it could possibly be me. Yeah.
You're awesome.
We'll get more people jump on as we go.
Yeah. So today is the Paranormal Festival and Ghost Hunt.
Excited about that.
Yeah. At the Superstition Museum or Lost Dutchman. It's a Superstition Mountain and Lost Dutchman Museum. There you go.
Right.
It's a mouthful.
You got to get it right.
Here in Apache Junction.
So if you're local and you want to come out and have some fun today, we'll be here from it started at 9, but we'll be here till 4. So come on out. A lot of good vendors out here. We got some great speakers going on today, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And food trucks.
Yeah, good food too.
We had ourselves a
breakfast burrito
with brisket.
Oh, it was good. It was
lovely.
Very good. Yeah. It was delicious.
I'll probably be belching it up all day, but it was still delicious. I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving,
You may hear some paranormal noises coming from the table over here. Right? You never know. Especially when microphones are involved,
Yes.
So you want to go through the list of speakers today?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So coming up at 10:30, Damian Harris. Yay! There he is.
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend.
From Vulture City Ghost Tours.
Yeah.
And see, it split them up. I wish they were on the same page.
Yeah.
Then at 11:30, I have Debbie Branning and special guests.
Oh, okay.
That's Dowsing for Spirits. Is that our kind of spirits or?
No, the paranormal type.
Oh,
yeah. Our spirit's a little different.
Yeah.
Ours are bubbly.
Hence the name Suds.
Exactly. Yep.
All
Suds.
Right. Then 12:30, got Get Ghosted. It's Haunted Phoenix History. That should be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Marianne Robb comes up at 1:30. She's with UAP PD.
Nice.
Where law enforcement meets the unknown.
Ooh. Bet you that happens more often than you think,
I bet
right?
it does.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. In fact, I had a Facebook conversation with now her name escapes me.
It's right there.
Yeah. She was one of our first guests when we did the call-in stuff with the haunted bed.
Oh, yeah. Melissa Drury.
There you go, Melissa Drury. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a conversation with her on Facebook just a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's on a few different episodes now that you can find on the History Channel and was on the Travel Channel.
Yeah.
Talking about her haunted bed. But what made me think of it is she was a first responder. And so one of those episodes on the Travel Channel was is it Paranormal 911 or something?
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, where she had some pretty crazy crap happen.
That's cool.
On one of her first responses. Anyway, so let's get back to the list. So then 2:30 we have PAPS, which is Phoenix, Arizona Paranormal Society. Going to talk about EVPs and life after life. And then at 3:30, our good friends Tony and Cherie Rathman
Nice.
will be talking or demonstrating their Statacom 3.0.
That's always exciting.
Sounds of the Dead. Ooh. So it's going to be a fun-filled day.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day.
And it's free. So if you are local to the Phoenix area or Apache Junction,
don't wait, hop, skip, and a jump away. Come on out.
Get out here.
It's a beautiful day, too. So.
Yeah, it is.
We are currently in the barn, so
we feel right at home.
Hanging out in the barn.
Yeah. We were supposed to be in the church, but they said, no, these guys belong in the barn.
In the barn.
I was afraid I'd burst into flames.
Is that what it was? I think they have a wedding going on or something they were saying. So
We're not allowed to speak in front of Elvis today.
oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it is his church. So
Exactly. I'm getting all excited. I got to spend the day with Elvis. No.
The Church of Elvis.
The Church of Elvis. There you go.
My first marriage was done with an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, very
Fat
cool.
70s Elvis.
So Fat Elvis.
Fat Elvis.
Yeah.
That's
With the
funny.
white jumpsuit? Or,
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he wouldn't walk me down singing Jailhouse Rock, and so my ex-husband was really disappointed.
Fun.
Do we need to run a microphone for them? Because I still haven't seen.
Should.
You know,
So we can get them into our feed. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's do that.
Okay, we
Let's
can do
get
that.
one hooked up.
I can start that process.
Might have to do a double mic on them, right? So they can hear them out there. I know that girl. Come and sit down. Have a seat. Tell us about yourself.
In the middle.
You guys love to mute me. I do know that.
Oh, we have to see that red button?
This one?
Yeah, push it. There.
Haha. Hi, friends.
How you doing, Kendra?
I am good. How are you guys doing?
Doing really good.
I got out here a little late. I was very
Well.
tired.
We just barely started, so
Good.
you're not too late. We've been doing it for almost 10 minutes now. Well, 8 minutes and 19 seconds
8 minutes and 19 seconds.
to be exact.
This place is cool.
You never been here?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I left like a couple months before they got to come in here for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
back
going to
now.
love this place.
Vinny saw me and he was like, I didn't even bother emailing you because I didn't know if you were coming. I didn't even know if you could come. I was like, I made it a point. And he's like, well, you want to work? You can stay. I was like, okay, we'll see.
Oh, I should have brought an extra sud shirt.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I tried to put the koozie on this, but it didn't work. It was a
It's
little
too
big.
fat.
It works for my energy drinks though. That's really all I needed it for.
Yeah. How often do you get one of those?
So I just discovered this last weekend, and I think about it every day.
This
So,
place?
Yeah. It's at Tatum and Shea. So it's really not far from my house, but it's a Utah thing, right? And they brought it here, and I was like, I got to try it. Swig sponsor everybody. But it's so good. It's so bad, though, because it's soda.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's not
that
good.
makes sense that it's a Utah thing.
Yeah, it's
I'm born and raised.
that makes sense. This one is the Mountain Dew, raspberry, peach, and vanilla cream, I think. It's really good. Very delicious.
It's your new jam, huh?
My dad and I went, and I texted him a picture this morning. I said, I've been thinking about this all week. And he was like, you got it again? I said, Dad, I've gotten it 4 times since you left. But it's good, guys. I don't know
We
what to
just
tell
had one
you.
in Scottsdale is all, huh? Or they have them around?
I think there's only one other one. This one just happened to be close to my house, thank goodness.
You would think if they were Utah, they would have one in Mesa, which is little Utah.
I think they have two. Let's see. They have more than two. Haha, sorry. Haven't done this in so long, guys. Gilbert, Mesa, two in Gilbert, Chandler, Phoenix. Wow, they opened way more than I thought they did. And Peoria. The Phoenix one is the one that's by my house. They're so good.
You have to check that out.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. I used to not drink soda. Now that I drink too much of it.
I like soda.
I do too. It's bad. This place is awesome.
So when you take the hike and going up the trail and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they've got some stuff from all over the state. It's pretty cool. So
It is
they
really
brought
cool.
the plane wreckage down from the Superstition. Remember the
Yeah.
father and kids that,
Yeah.
Anyway, they brought that down. They have a memorial site with
That's-
the wreckage that's there. And we've always gotten a lot of activity up there.
That's crazy. I'm going to borrow Keith's headphones for a second. I can hear the music more with these. The little creepy music in the background.
Yeah,
I like
you can hear
this.
everything. So, wow. I have a feeling that might feedback. I hope not.
The microphone that he's plugging in now.
Yeah, because I got the speaker faced that way.
I love that Vinny hid you guys in here. Cracks me up.
Yeah. Well, see, originally we were going to be in the church, but they got a wedding going on.
I pulled up and the guy was like, "Are you here for the wedding or the convention?" And I looked at my outfit and he said, "Convention?" I said, "Yes." Yeah, I'm not here for a wedding. It's a pretty place for a wedding, though.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, Keith and Lindsay got their pictures taken in front of it.
Aw. Oh,
When they
this
got
was, that's right. You guys did the pictures out here when you got married. Yeah. It's so cute.
So it's muted on this end.
Red button?
Yeah, I'm going to go trade places with you. I'm not with you, but I'm just sort of.
Take those headphones. Scooch.
Four. Oh. All right.
Make sure the slider's over tonight. Is there a slider on it or no?
Should be on mic. Yeah. If they're all on mic.
Check 1, 2. There you go. You're getting some now. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Start rapping.
Yeah, I'm not a rapper. Sorry.
Beatbox.
I won't do
I'll
that.
take that.
Yeah. We might need a little more volume on the speaker just for these guys. That's better. I think that'll work. Yep.
Feedback on the bottom end. I do not know why.
Bass probably isn't adjusting.
And we're back.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Is that better? It's not bassy out here, so
I can hear it.
yeah. Yeah. I think that's good there, yeah.
Too much feedback.
That's good there.
Yeah, volume wise, I think it's good. So.
Where's that noise coming from?
In your way.
something
Ethan,
you could
stealing
do.
your headphones for just a second.
Take them.
Trying to recreate the picture from the last one that we did, but I have short hair now and it's a whole thing.
I got a feeling. Anybody else want to?
I'm good
Sure.
for now. Thank you. Close enough. It works.
Talking.
There you go. Put your headphones back.
Lindsay's bringing another set so you can have your own.
You're so good to me. I was not expecting this to be all the way out here, and I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, because clearly it's at the base of the mountains. But I got off the highway, and it was like, just go straight for a very long time. I was like, okay.
There's some really good stories at the end that we can share.
Ooh, yay.
Some stories about the museum.
Just about the superstitions
Oh, okay.
surrounding area.
Yeah, the only thing I knew about up here was the plane crash situation.
Hmm.
I like coming into places not knowing what's going on. That's a lie, but
Well, that's always interesting when you go up to the record site because it's definitely a lot going on.
yeah.
I want to say you did it before you moved to Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to stop moving.
I'm done.
Okay, I think me too, probably.
I hate moving.
Arizona's your home, face it.
Yeah, coming back, pushing boxes through 6 inches of ice to get it to my car, which I couldn't park in my driveway because it was up a hill, and it was negative 16 degrees with a wind chill making it negative 22. That's when I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna move
Do
again.
it again, yeah,
think I'm fine.
exactly.
But then I came back here and it was 115. So let's be real.
We're getting ready to jump
It was
on
the
that.
freaking hottest October when I moved back.
It was, yeah. It was
It
really
was
hot.
still in the hundreds.
I'm not gonna read any of these yet.
Don't
Just
do
wanted to
it.
see the schedules and
Don't
stuff.
do it.
Schedules and stuff are just the first page.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The rest are stories.
I'm not gonna read those yet. I don't want to do that.
Lots of stories.
I don't want to know. I mean, I do. I always want to know everything, but where'd you get that?
They got a coffee vendor out there.
I was gonna say it looked good.
It's not bad.
So all we need to do is get her a pair of clear glasses, and she can be Bruella.
Bruella.
I have clear glasses. That's what I wore until I got LASIK.
Ah,
I'll bring them. I just pop the lenses out. You probably could see now. I gotta go get my LASIK redone.
Yeah, you could be Bruella. Have you seen Bruella?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
showed me last weekend.
Yeah.
For sure.
She was modeled after you, Kendra.
I figured. Thank you. Except she got the long hair. I stayed with the short. I gotta cut it though. It's getting too long.
it depends on what version of AI puts out every time we ask
That's
for
true. Yeah, it's different.
It's
dress her
got
like
different
this,
ones.
and
It's like, okay, fine, sure. So what have you guys been up to today? Did you just get here?
No, we've been here since 7.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, we started early. So we got about 10 minutes before our first speakers come on.
Keith and I gigged last night
Yeah, we played last night. It was fun.
Where?
Out
in
here.
Apache Junction.
It was at the
There you
Moose, at the Moose Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That must have been fun.
It was fun, but it was not what we're used to. And it had nothing to do with the place or the crowd. It was just how we were set up.
Yeah.
It was a little foreign to us. So. And I see your mom's on, huh, Kathy?
Oh, hi. We got a big live studio audience today here.
We sure do. It keeps growing.
It keeps growing.
I
Get
have
ready.
4 extra tickets to the Brett Eldridge concert tonight. You guys can give away at some point.
There
They're in
you
my
go.
car. I got 6 for some reason, and they're floor seats.
Nice.
Wow.
Not bad. Are you not going?
I don't know yet.
No.
There's lots of factors. Nobody I know likes Brett Eldridge, so nobody will go with me. And I've seen him in concert already. I've met him. So it's like, do I really need to go to the State Fair to go see another concert? And then also Vinny asked me to stay here. And then also I'm going to the state fair tomorrow with my friends. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go pay $30 to park to see a show.
I'm gonna
and then
have
go pay
Lisa bring
$30
you
to
a
park.
shirt then.
Moi?
Yeah, if you're staying.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
At least for a few hours, for sure.
Cool.
I didn't drive all this way to leave.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
It took
Exactly.
me an hour to get here, which was a lot less than I thought, though. So,
You work tomorrow?
no.
Oh, you just said you were going to the fair. Never mind.
I was
gonna say
supposed to work today.
I didn't even realize the fair was going on.
I didn't either.
It started like a month and a half early this year.
Wow.
They
Did it
start
really?
September nights, is what it's called. So they do like mid-September to October, and then the October part is the actual state fair now.
Okay.
Wow.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love fair food, and I'm currently, for my nerve damage, they put me on a medication that makes me want to eat everything. So I was like, this is a perfect time to go to the fair.
Yeah.
To eat everything.
A loaded funnel cake.
Oh, and Indian fry bread,
Yeah.
like the
Oh,
taco
it's
style.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And that giant potato that they put on a stick. Guys, I'm so excited.
Well, we should probably tell the live audience who we are, right? I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
you know, because a lot
Who
of them
the
aren't
heck
here.
are these guys?
So my name's Keith. This is Papa Joey. This is Kendra. We're with The Truth About Beer, and we're a podcast that talks about a
All
little
the
bit of
crap.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
all the crap we're interested in,
That's it.
which always tends to lean paranormal,
It does.
right?
And
So-
since we decided to go paranormal, we had to come up with a name for a paranormal group. So we come up with SUDS,
Yeah.
which matches our beer theme,
I
which
think that was my
stands for
favorite.
Searching, Understanding, and Discovering Spirits.
Spirits of the undead kind, of the dead kind.
And to be fully clear for our live studio audience, this is their show. I'm just an intermittent
Guess
special guest
There you
host person.
Kendra's done a lot of shows with us in the past, so
Yeah.
Live ones.
Yeah.
live
It's
ones,
always
yeah.
the live ones.
Yep.
When the second one that we did, when I came back I was living in Pennsylvania then, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I came back for the convention. You were in Texas. And I did it with Keith. And I kept getting distracted like every 20 minutes. No, it was more often than that.
Yeah,
It was
probably.
way more often than that. There was a dog, there was a baby, there was Lindsay, there was stuff going on. I couldn't focus. So we had to put like horse blinders on. At least this time we're not outside, so I can focus a little bit.
That's true. Good point. Good point. But if you guys are looking for a good podcast to listen to, go to YouTube, go to Rumble, Truth About Beer, and we'd appreciate subscription. If you guys can like, share, and subscribe, and be awesome. Help build our audience.
we would dig it.
Yeah, for sure. We have about 6 years worth of episodes on there, so we got a lot of stuff on there to listen to, and
Yeah.
we continue to make more. So
And then I say every single year that I'm going to make one, but then I just hang out with them and do theirs. So this works for me. It's satisfying my need. I'm way too busy to
it's not
start one.
as much work.
Yeah.
So
I let you guys do all the work and I just hang out.
that works.
So
I let him do
terrible.
all the work. So
I keep getting a little bit of feedback. Is it her mic
No.
because it's hot?
Is it this one? Check.
It's not mine.
It's probably mine then.
Could be yours.
It's always mine. Let's be real.
Because I turned her down. She's still.
Oh, mute the live one for now, or I guess they're all live, but the
That one?
remote one.
Yeah, I did.
Da,
Okay.
da, 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 da. Yeah.
There you go. That's better. Not hearing it now. So
No feedback.
My favorite thing about the last time we podcast, I have a video of it still. I got so distracted and I don't remember what we were talking about or why. And I said, so we're talking a little bit about, and then I just froze and you looked at me and I said, we're not talking a little bit about Kendra. We're talking all about the paranormal. And you were like, I was wondering where you were going with that. And I was like, honestly, I truly don't even know what just happened. And that's sums it up, guys.
Wow.
you got about 5 minutes, right? Yeah.
5 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah. So those of you on YouTube watching us right now or Rumble, appreciate you guys. And, we'll be here all day with you guys. So probably do it in segments.
Yeah.
Because Joey's going to need to get up and walk around at some point.
And you don't?
So no, I probably will too.
That's why you got the speakers too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get up, walk around, go get a snack.
Well, I'm going to grab my phone when they start doing their thing.
And film.
Oh, heck yeah.
Well, once Lindsay gets here, we can set up mine too as a camera. That way we have them.
Yeah. Where is our wife? When is she coming?
Getting close to Damien
I
time.
think she's on her way.
You know, we actually enjoy I enjoy listening to you, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, all about you.
to be fair, the first time I saw you speak, it was just you for a little bit, and then you came in, so we're good. Yeah.
She wouldn't go away.
That's how they feel about me, so it works.
No.
Can you ever be ready?
Oh, we'll mute our mics when you guys start. So.
Heck yeah.
Hi, Amy.
We've caught some really awesome evidence in the last couple of months in Vulture City. We're going to try and share it to you, but it wasn't coming through very well.
Okay.
Cool. I still haven't been to Vulture City either. I've heard it's really cool though. I'm gonna have to go this year or next year, or whatever year it is.
At the end of my speech, I'll give you all the information.
Heck yeah. Sign me up.
There's a way we can run audio from their computer. I don't have an 1/8 inch to XLR, but because they can run out from their computer into our system.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't bring my whole
The whole kit.
Whole kit.
I have an 1/8 inch,
Tricks
but I don't
on
know what it goes to. I don't know if it goes to quarter or XLR.
You guys excited for the festival convention situation? Getting to see everything today?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm
A lot
excited.
of these people I only get to see during the events. So.
Yeah, I feel that. I haven't seen Roger in how long? 4 years? 3 years? Fun fact.
Was that the last time that we were together you saw Roger?
No, I saw you last weekend.
Well, yeah. I mean before I
No, because I saw them at the last convention when you were in Texas, but that was like 3 years ago. But fun fact, I was running a tour with our team and Roger came up the stairs. I will never forget it. He comes up, he's all excited, bouncing around, and he goes, "Is it okay if I bring my gear?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, of course." He goes back downstairs and he runs up the stairs pulling like this giant case. I mean, half the size of this table, giant. And I was like, let's do this. Okay. And we were in a small venue. We were at the brothel, right? Yeah. We were in a small venue. We had so much fun. That night was so fun. I mean, it was hot. Oh, I forgot about that because it was storming. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. It was storming. Power went out. It was hot. There was only one room with an air conditioning unit. It was fun. And then I left and Roger stole my spot and took over and everybody loves him now. No, it's fine. I'm fine with it. I'm
You
not
ready,
hurt at
Damien?
As ready as I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
How
All
long
right.
do I got to try and fill?
All the way from Vulture City, Ghost Town.
2 hours, they said. I'm just kidding.
The next speaker is in an hour.
We'll have people snoozing. I get excited about things that other people don't.
Same. I feel you.
All right, I'm going to mute us.
Yes.
Yeah, you always got to start with the microphone off. That's the best way to do things. So I'd like to welcome everyone out here to the Superstition Mountain Museum today, and I hope you all have a great day. So first of all, I introduce my partner, Tracy. She's been with you about 2 years now. And she's been a vital part, especially when it comes to the historical research. She's been really amazing. And then I got my videographer. He's over here against the wall. That's my brother, Jim. And of course, did I say my name? I don't think I did. I'm Damien. It's all about me.
All about you.
So it's actually kind of fitting that I'm the first one up for today's events, because we have a link between Vulture City and here. It's not a big link, but we have found documented evidence that Jacob Waltz was with the same exploration party that Henry Wickenburg was with. It was the Weaver People's Party. They met up in Yuma and then came out to the Prescott area. And then we also have a petition that was signed by both men, because remember, this was 1863, so it was the heat of the Civil War. So the Union pulled all of its troops to go back east to fight the Civil War. Well, that left the explorers subject to the Apache, who were none happy about the European settlers coming in and invading. So there is a petition from that was, like I said, signed by both Jacob Waltz, Henry Wickenburg, and many others to the U.S. president to send troops out to protect the explorers. That help never came. So eventually the Confederate Army moved in, and all of southern Arizona, all the way up to just north of the town of Wickenburg, became Confederate Arizona. So that's the link between Vulture City and here. Now that I've wandered on with that. So, all right, let's go ahead and hit the next slide here. So how do you get there? Because I know a lot of people say, I've never heard of Vulture City. How do I get here? Well, it's about 12 miles southwest of the town of Wickenburg. And here the map, see where you can, there's two easiest ways to get there. You can either go up around, hit the 17, come up and take the Carefree Highway over to the 60. You take the 60 into Wickenburg and then stay on the 60, go west to Vulture Mine Road, go south 12 miles, and you'll run into it. If you're more out of West Valley kind of guy like me, you take the 10 straight west to 339th Avenue. Yes, it's that far out. Take that north to Indian School, and then that out to 355th Avenue, which you'll then take up to Vulture Mine Road and run right into it. You can't get lost, because if you go any other way on that route, you will be on dirt roads, and you don't want to do that out there. All right, let's see what we got here. So yeah, here we got an aerial view. Now, Vulture City is the town that developed around the Vulture Mine, which Henry Wickenburg discovered in 1863. The current city is comprised of 15 acres and 16 buildings. Now, all the tours and everything we do out there is to bring in money to continue restoring the town. The current owners, Rod and Robin, have done an amazing job and have put millions of dollars of their own money into the restoration for Arizona history. So here we go. This is Henry Wickenburg. He was born in November of 1819. He was from Prussia. There was no Germany or Austria back then. It was Prussia. Again, he came to Arizona in 1863. He died in May of 1905. It was officially ruled a suicide. He was found with a single gunshot wound to his head, but many doubt that it was actually a suicide. Yeah, so yeah, this is an old newspaper photo of Henry standing in his house in the town of Wickenburg in 1864. So here we go right here. We have Jack Swilling. Jack is, if you know, was the founder of the father of the city of Phoenix. A lot of people don't know is where he got his money was from Henry Wickenburg. He helped Jack finance a canal project, which is now known as the Salt River Project, to bring water to the area that is now we now call Phoenix. Here we got the Lost Dutchman himself in the middle, again, who was part of that party. And then we got up in the corner Chuck Stanton. We're going to talk about old Chuck a little bit, some stuff we found out about him. You know, they call H.H. Holmes America's first serial killer, but very good evidence that Chuck may have been, because Chuck was about 40 years before H.H. Holmes. So Vulture officially started in 1864, because in 1863, when he first discovered the mine, there was nowhere to file the claim. It wasn't until 1864 that the town of Prescott was officially, what do you call, sort of whatever, it was founded. That's the word, founded. And it was in 1864 that they filed the official claim, and then he went out by himself back to the mine to start working it. You want to say a little bit about the Tombstone connection?
Okay. So Vulture City did start in 1864 officially digging. Every other place started about 1875 and then on, but Tombstone was developed in 1877. It was discovered by Ed Shefflin, originally called Goose Flats, and the joke was made. The only thing you're going to find out here is your own tombstone. Bing, bang, there's your name. Ed Shefflin found a 15-mile outcropping of quartz, and he just kept digging, and that's how it was found to go through. So by 1879, Tombstone had about 100 tents, and basically the ERPs came in right about that time as well. But by 1880, Vulture already had roughly 475 people. While Vulture is responsible for building the city of Phoenix, Tombstone's notorious for many other reasons, and we won't go into that.
All right. Now, she mentioned the ERPs. A lot of people don't realize, because the movie Tombstone starts with them getting together in Tombstone. Well, Virgil Earp, the oldest brother, was actually in Prescott at the time, and he was, they got word of the silver strike down in Tombstone. Doc Holliday had already joined him in Prescott. They sent word out to the brothers, meet me down on this new mining camp called Tombstone, and then, well, the rest you all know. Here we go. This is Vulture City in 1914. You can see quite a few buildings.
So basically, this right here still stands. A lot of these are, but if you look back in here, you'll see all the different homes and stuff that were built, which no longer exist.
Yeah, most of them, when the mine closed in 1942, the town was abandoned, and most of the homes were vandalized and just decayed into, I can't even talk this morning, excuse me. So yeah, this was Miss Hamill, and this is the original schoolhouse. This was what, 1913, 1914? It was a single room schoolhouse, and she actually lived in the back of the schoolhouse. Here's an inside shot. Now, this is, although it's very paranormally active, it is not on Vulture City property. It is actually on government land.
You also got to off-road to get there.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough. You definitely need a four-wheel drive to get there, and then on top of that, even though it's on government land, the building is owned by a mining corporation, and they will prosecute if you're caught trespassing in the building. So yeah, this is the second schoolhouse that was added in 1920s. This is a very recent photo. You can see there's not much left of it. We are working to try and save the buildings, but that will require relocating them to our to Vulture City. Yeah, here's the outside here. Those teeter-totters there actually still stand to this day. So this is what a lot of people call the boarding house, but we have documentation in court records that this was a brothel. It was not a brothel the whole time, because prostitution was outlawed in Arizona in 1918. It was part of the agreement with the United States to become a state. So yeah, they outlawed it, and at that point, it did become a boarding house. This is also what I call one of the top 3 most active locations on the property. Okay, let's try this here. This was captured at the brothel, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear the mommy? I could barely hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been getting, I said the last 2-3 months, we've been getting a lot of activity out there. It's been really off the hook. It kind of seemed to kick off. We did a 4-hour lockdown in June, and this happened to be the actual 145th anniversary of one of the documented hangings on that. Yeah, we're going to get into that on the infamous hanging tree. So this is the assay building. If I didn't say that right, I'm sorry. I never say it right. It was originally built in 1884. Now you see the condition it's in current day. The stones that make up the walls of this building actually came from in the mine itself. And they say to this day, there's 7 figures worth of gold in the walls of this building.
Sorry,
This-
that's just a really cool photo.
Yeah, she just liked that photo,
I just
wasn't
like
it?
that when the sunset is like awesome in it.
Oh, the sunsets out there are just incredible. They're second to none. So this is the kiln room or the smelting room. There was no air conditioning, of course, in the early 1900s. Now in 1921, there was a fire that caused extensive damage. Back in the day, it was $30,000 worth of damage, which in today's money, of course, would be astronomical. I've never done the math on what today's money would be. I'm sorry, but go back. And so, yeah, here we have the actual newspaper article that documents the fire. Nobody was hurt. Everyone did get out alive. But to this day, it seemed that we still have residuals from that event. We had a private investigation there about, 2 months ago? When the guy,
Like that.
yeah. And
No, it was in June with the EVP thing I thought.
okay, so what had happened is one of the guests all of a sudden started going, ow, ow, ow. And we're like, what's wrong? And a burn had formed on his arm. I mean, physically, we saw the burn film on his, the red spot. So yeah, this was taken back in the 1900s. It was already getting, pretty dilapidated. Now, this is the condition of it nowadays. Now, you can point this out.
The door in the picture is actually right here.
That door right now it's been rocked over, so it's no longer there. But you can still see where it was located. This here. So now part of that building, in the center, was the actual gold vault. It was a pit in the ground. It was about a 10 by 12 room underground. And then upstairs, you see at that second level, is where the shotgun guards stayed. If you got in and tried to get some of that gold, one of these guys was probably going to take you out. And this here is actually a newspaper photograph of one of those guards.
This is the burn. Well, basically, right after the burn, I had they were in the kill room, and I had it over in the living quarters. The EVP, and it actually, after it said, "Ow, it's a burn," the EVP recorder picked up, bring him down. It's just.
It will be here all day. If at any point you actually want to come and actually hear these, please just find one of us and we'll happily play it for you. So yeah, so this was the epitome of the Wild West. You're out in the middle of the desert. Crime was just rampant. Murder, assaults, thefts, especially of gold. We have multiple stories of horrible massacres. And it was, like you said, very hot. I mean, it could be like up to 125 degrees. And in some of these buildings in the 1900s, no air conditioning. It was not a pleasant place to work. So yeah, there was actually two hanging trees. One was actually in Wickenburg itself. This is the Wickenburg hanging tree, where quite a few people met their fate.
So Wickenburg didn't have a jail between 1860 and 1895. So the theory was you chain him up to the tree, then you have to wait 3 to 5 days for the sheriff from Phoenix to come up and get you in order to take you down to court in Phoenix. A lot of these guys escape and they have no idea how many people died, how many escapees were there, or anything to go with it.
All righty. So now this here is the infamous Vulture City hanging tree. There's lots of tall tales told about this tree. And a lot of things seem to happen around this tree. For some reason, animals don't ever seem to want to go near this tree. We have a little cat her name is Princess. She's the cat of 1,000 lives. Well, he had a picture of her a little bit. We can't, talk about Princess and not show her off. But we would tell this story because it was passed down to us this way about a man named Juan Ramos who supposedly essayed a young girl and murdered her in the late about 1880. But we have actually found the truth of the story. It's actually an amalgamation of several different stories. Now, the actual man that committed the murder was named Jose Marie, or in some newspaper articles call him Maria Salazar. It was says June. The article in the minor newspaper came out in June 24th, 1880, and the headline. Do you have that? Do you have the headline? They were quite colorful with the newspapers back then. Necktie at Wickenburg, and that's what they talk about on June 23rd. The day before that, he is the one documented hanging we do have of that. They caught him and hung him on June 23rd, 1880, and it was in June of this year that we did on the anniversary of his hanging, that we did the investigation and stuff. Now here's another newspaper article where here they call him Jose. You say Jose Maria Salazar. Now, in the story, we were naming her Sabrina Lucero. Well, it turns out there was no Sabrina Lucero. There was a young lady called Lucero, but her first name was Froilana. Am I saying that right? And that's a whole nother story we'll talk about another day. But so they say he proposed marriage to this young Miss
Lubate.
And she turned him down. Some people think that she was actually already married. He did not take that rejection very well, shot her in the head, and she died, 5 hours later?
3 to 5 hours later.
Then they caught him, and 2 days later strung him up. See if we... See what I put up with, Jiminy Christmas. Oh my God.
Sorry. Well, I accidentally hit one of the buttons.
Oh, okay. Let's plug this in. I love these are really amazing.
Do I gotta unplug your speaker?
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, as you saw in the captions, he says you hear this is one, and then it says dead. I swear, one of these days I'm just gonna do nothing. All right, so let's see, what's this?
Oh, this is the article in 1895 where they finally got the jail up in Wickenburg. They only had 2 cells that were up there, and they actually state that it was $320 worth of freight, and they were each 5 feet by 6 feet. So can't really house many people with only 2 jail cells, but at least they got one.
All righty. This is the infamous princess that we talked about. What's really cool about her is on my tours, she will follow the group around, and say we go into a building, she will sit on the porch facing out like a sphinx, standing there like she's protecting us. She also likes to sneak up on my guests and scare the living tar out of them. She does it to me. She gets away with me a couple times too. So here, you'll recognize in the photo some of who we have here. We do have a Dolly's Paranormal Corner. This is where we keep a lot of the haunted artifacts. Now, you notice here on the right, this is her first appearance in public outside of Vulture City. Her name is Libby, and I originally found her on the premises in 2019, and we've gotten along just swimmingly ever since. But if she doesn't like you, I do know a couple paranormal investigators that refuse to touch her. Matter of fact, she was originally in the brothel, but we moved her to our museum, which we call the Roost, for her protection. The one investigator refused to touch her. And yes, here then the one photo in the black and white, you'll see the rocking chair that I originally found her in. But so the other guy that was with this investigator says, you don't know what you're talking about. I'll carry her up there. So he's carrying her between the 2 buildings, gets about halfway, and then suddenly has a severe chest pains. And they take the doll away and the chest pains quit. She was none happy about leaving the brothel. She's still not happy about where she's at. Let's see, which one?
Oh, this is Libby working the K2.
There's no power in this building at all. This is Lily. Excuse me, misnaming her. So yeah, that building, the Roost, there is no power to that building at all. There is nothing to any kind of energy to set off a K2 meter. And we've actually used a K2 meter for her to answer yes and no questions. So now this doll, she's known as Dolly. She was not an original resident of Vulture City. We had a caretaker. His name was Tom. He's actually the one that Libby didn't like moving her. His wife, who was a psychic medium, found Dolly at a secondhand store in Wickenburg, and she said the doll wants to be at Wickenburg. So she brought the doll to Wickenburg, and she's been there since late 2019. Now, the original investigator around her thought it was the spirit of a little girl. We don't think that it's actually the spirit of a little girl. We think it may be something a little darker. Is that a good word? Our last few investigations around her, we've actually had people develop scratches and other marks on their body. And we actually had somebody, after trying to film with her, fall deathly ill immediately after and had to be taken to the emergency room in Wickenburg.
2 people off the group. Okay, this is the please one. Hopefully it will come through. I can't really hear that one too well.
I heard it, but they probably didn't.
Okay.
All right.
Billy.
So this is Billy. Billy came to us in March of 2023. Now, he was originally given to the owner of the Horseshoe Cafe, which is a famous breakfast spot in the town of Wickenburg. It was given to her by a nephew or something like that. I don't remember the exact story. But I do remember they say once he was brought there, they would come in the morning and dishes were on the floor smashed. He'd be moved from one corner to another, turned around a different direction from where they left him. So we brought in some national, very prominent paranormal investigators. And this is definitely the source of the mischief. And then we asked, well, what do you want us to do with her? She said, I don't care. Just get him out of here. So we've brought him out to Vulture City where he's safe. You want to talk a little bit about Billy?
No, you can.
Okay, fine. It's all about me anyway.
Anyway, this is just Billy working the K2, just to show that he does do it inside the roost, and there's no electricity inside the building.
Once they received him, all kinds of weird stuff started happening in the cafe. Glasses being smashed. All right. So through our research that we've done extensive research on this doll. He was originally manufactured in upstate New York under the name Tom. He was from a company called Unita Bumpkin. And it was late 70s, early 80s when he was actually manufactured. Now, we call him Billy because that's the name he's given us on multiple occasions. But he's been known, we think from the investigation of other psychic mediums, that there is at least 6 or 7 different spirits actually attached to this doll. Okay, so one of our deep dives into history, we found the last known murder associated with Vulture Mine. It didn't take place at Vulture Mine. It actually took place in the East Valley. It was November of 1989. A more well-to-do couple were getting divorced, and the husband decided he didn't want to share his money with his wife. So Robert Gaines and his best friend Simpson, what was his first name? His best friend they plotted to murder her, and they disposed of her naked body down one of the last remaining shafts at Vulture Mine. And you see now, Robert was convicted of first-degree murder. He died in prison. His partner Simpson was convicted of second-degree murder, served his 20 years, got out just a couple of years ago, and has since seemed to have just disappeared off the face of the earth. We have not been able to find him anywhere, no matter how much. So we do not know what actually became of him. Now you see this photograph. Now we're going to zoom in on something. Can you see the female figure in the window? When this photograph was taken, there were no women on the property at the time. So people have tried to say, oh, it's just to reflect. No, there were no women on the property. And then on top of this, the original photo, because you know when you send a text a photo, it loses a little bit of resolution. So this is like the text of a text of a text. And I've seen the original photo. The original photo is so detailed, you can actually see the details on her breasts, and you can see that her face is melted, most likely because of the lye that they threw down the mine to try and help break down the body a little quicker. Here's some of the other things that when you come out that you can check out. Here, this is the inside of the generator building. Now, this is not its original location, but the generator building was about to be lost to the active mine, and they very graciously donated the building to us, and we have since relocated it to the property. Now, a lot of people have tried to say that this engine came from a German World War II U-boat. It's impossible. This was made by Union Diesel sometime about between 1906 and 1910 in San Francisco. There is no possible way this could have ever been in a German U-boat. But it then powered the city until it basically shut down in 1942. This here is the gas station. It goes back to the early 1900s. There's still the remains of an actual pump right next to it. It's not in the photo, but this has actually been real interesting. We've gotten some neat responses on both Spirit Box, Necrophonic, and an EVPs. So this is the cookhouse. Now you see the cookhouse looks a little bit modern. Well, when we first, in 2017, when they first took over the property, there was almost nothing left of it. And this is the restored results. You can see on the one end where the glass is, that's all brand new. We do weddings and parties out there if anyone's looking for a wedding hall. And so we are adding, in order for comfort for our guests, we've enclosed the front area, and we'll be adding heating and cooling to the area too. She just likes these photos. This is real good. This here is an outside shot of the workshop. It's still an active workshop to this day. It is also a place where we've seen, they talk in ancient days, the natives talked about the elemental giants. And I myself have personally seen in the upstairs window what I believe might have been one of those giants. The reason being is I saw this face in the upstairs window, and I said, who's upstairs in the workshop? And he said, well, there's nobody upstairs. I saw a face in that upstairs. There's somebody upstairs in the workshop. He's like, Damien, there is no upstairs. And sure enough, I go in, and from the floor to to this window on the inside is about 15 feet tall. So anyone that was looking out that window would have had to have been 15 feet tall. This here is a piano that's been known to play on its own. This one is currently in the bunkhouse. Let's see, what do we got here? This is the blacksmith shop, and you see the mine head in the background. Again, these are two buildings that we had to move to keep them from being destroyed, but they are in the same proximity to each other as they were in their original location. They actually sat right at the mouth of the main mine shaft, which went down at one point at a perfect 45-degree angle of almost 3,000 feet at its deepest. Yeah, it's so quick.
Yeah, it's very quick.
I apologize for that. We're going to have to work on so we people can hear that more.
Yeah, this one, they're not going to be able to hear it either, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, this is the Billy one.
So this was during a tour, and part of the tour, we do what we call an ITC session with a program we call Necrophonic. And I asked what spirits are here with us, and let's see if we can hear. Were you able to hear that?
I can't.
Oh, yeah, try that.
See if I can not hear the.
Did you hear this? Yeah, it was like, wow, it was like, when it happened, it was like, how many spirits are here? Billy! We're like, I mean, we just looked at each other, jaws open, and all the guests were like, oh, like, told you. So, last few things here. Vulture City is available for weddings and other parties. www.vulturecityghostown.com. And it's a really cool spot for a wedding. So we got some things we've got coming up, and just next weekend, Friday and Saturday, we have our annual Vulture City Halloween party. It's called The Awakening. In The Awakening, we will have food trucks. There will be music, costume contest on Saturday night. Tracy and I will be there doing spirit communication sessions, and I'll be doing fireside ghost stories on Saturday night. Then on Halloween night, I've been begging the owners for this for a long time, and they've finally given into my whining. On Friday, October 31st, on Halloween or Samhain for some, we are doing a 4-hour lockdown where you will have full roam of the 16 buildings over 15 acres.
Those are from last year.
Yeah, these are a couple photos from Awakening last year. And this was an ad from where Vulture City has the Wild West Days, where our feature talent is the Wickenburg Marshals, where they do old-fashioned gunfights and skits. They're really awesome. And that's just me pointing to Libby. Now, one thing we're going to throw in, we just found this out, so we didn't have time to throw in here. We've always told the story about a doctor who was murdering young men for nefarious purposes. And then the only thing we knew is that he had disappeared and that he was now interred in a cemetery somewhere in California. Well, this week I have found the doctor. His name was Dr. John Henry Pearson. He came to Vulture City about 1870. There's some conflicting dates. And his purpose for killing, he was seeking out young men, but it wasn't for the inappropriate reasons that the story was told. What it turned out is he was in cahoots with Chuck Stanton, who was kind of the crime boss. He was the person that founded the city of Stanton, Arizona. Well, he was picking out single young men that didn't have families. And the reason would being he would poison them. And then him and Chuck would take their money and split the profits. Chuck was the assayer, so he was in charge of things out there, and he was conveniently the coroner, so he would rule it natural causes. They were eventually starting to catch on, is when him and Chuck ran for the town of Antelope Station, in which they ran basically as crime thugs until they took over the entire town, and then he named it after himself. I think
Later murdered by his own townspeople.
Yeah, well, he was actually. This is a true case of karma. So he was running a gang called the Vega Gang. It was actually short for Vegas, but they were known as the Vega Gang. And there was 3 brothers of the Vega gang known as they were the Lucero brothers. In about, I think it was 1885. I forget because it's just fresh in my mind. I don't remember.
33.
Well,
I can tell you.
there's a famous massacre that happened between Vulture City and Wickenburg called the Martin Family Massacre. The henchmen of Stanton slaughtered a family while he looked on from a hilltop. One of the Lucero brothers happened to witness the murder. Now, the Lucero brothers were part of the Vega gang, he was using to kill everybody else. Well, at one point, Chuck, they don't know if he actually assaulted their sister or just said he did or whatever, but in 1886, he was what, you said 33? They decided they were going to defend their sister's honor. So the very people that were helping him commit all the murders and crime murdered him, riddled him with bullets, and then the whole town. Yeah. And then the whole town, Stanton was, so hated that everybody's like, oh, no, we have no idea who it is. And so, yeah, the gang that he was using to commit all the murders in the end is the gang that killed him. So I guess that's about it. Oh, yeah. So would like to try and see if we can talk to Billy here. Take about 5 minutes. Here, let me set this. Yes, sir. Yes. Wow.
486 million? Thousand. Okay, now I'm going to have to try and retain that one.
Okay, Billy. Let's see if we can. Whoa. Why did he say is it? Billy. That sounded like Libby. Billy. Billy or Libby, would any of you like to talk to our guests here today? Don't. Do you like being away from Vulture City, out visiting all the nice people? He's going to get a little shy on me now. Yes, what did he say?
I don't know what he said, but that was him.
That was me. Quiet when it was so quiet.
Yeah.
You see me.
See me. Dude, that was like clear as day, though.
Go.
Is that recorder going?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Buddy, what's up?
Yes.
That was a yes, sir.
What? Ian's back. Hey, Ian. We'll just go maybe another minute because the next group's got to start setting up. Does anyone want to ask any questions of Billy or Libby? I will warn you, sometimes they get a little spicy with their answers. Yes, sir. Yes. All right, we're out of time, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to close down communication. Thank you so much for being here, for the nice people. They really enjoyed seeing you here. And I know you guys love getting out. So again, okay, let's go ahead and shut. Sure. Did he say sure? All righty. Thanks, guys. We'll talk a little bit later. Okay. I could go on and talk for hours with all the different stories, but they're going to kick me out. So we're going to go ahead and cut it off. Before I say goodbye, do we have any questions about anything in Vulture City? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody enjoyed. I didn't bore too many people. Have a wonderful rest of the day. We have some wonderful speakers coming up after me. Please show them some love. Again, thank you so very much from Vulture City Paranormal.
Da-da-da.
Hey, we're back
We are.
at a different angle.
We're back.
Taking a different angle.
They got a dog water station over there.
Oh,
Isn't that so
yeah, they've
cute?
had that. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I saw that and I was like, stop it. That is so cute.
All right, so if you're joining us, we are out here at the Superstition Mountain Museum today for the Paranormal Festival. We're going to be here all day long with you guys. Coming live from the Truth About Beer End.
Absolutely.
We have a lot more speakers coming up today, so we'll be broadcast as much as we can.
The truth about beer and what is the question?
Whatever your and is.
What's your hand today?
Paranormal.
There you go.
What's your end?
No.
That's a loaded question.
Paranormal, for sure.
Did you get into that page?
Which page? Oh, the link?
Our page?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you submit something?
Heck no,
Why not?
because I'm already here.
You know,
I feel like I'm taking up enough of this podcast.
no,
Time
believe
and
me, because
attention
Joey and I have issues talking sometimes, so I'm glad you're here to talk.
Yeah, because I come out of the woodwork with, oh my God, let me find that video so I can show Joey.
Hmm.
God, that was so funny. I had a couple months after we did that, I went back and rewatched a lot of that live stream. I don't know what was wrong with me that day, but it was we were laughing most of the time. It was so funny.
Is it? I'm gonna find out from Roger if that's his computer. I'll walk in front real quick.
Oh, here we go. Why didn't it record in my actual videos? Oh, because it's after this.
There.
Ooh, it
so
looks
we're
so
in between,
nice.
In between speakers right now.
I'm trying to find this video to show you. It was so funny.
Where was this from?
This is when you were in Texas, and then it was the Paracon that I came back for and live podcasted with Keith.
So rub it in that I wasn't there.
Oh, no, you're going to be like, oh, thank God I wasn't there when I show you these. Okay, let's start with this one.
Creating new gear left and right. Yep. I think that it's a great learning curve for everybody. I'm getting distracted by the dog. I'm so sorry. This is why I can't live podcast.
I'm gonna put up some blinders for you here.
I know, because it's Lindsay over there, the dog's over here. I got ADHD Oh, and then there's a baby with a little monkey. How cute is that? You are so cute. Hi. Hi. Oh my God, he's so cute.
Yeah, there's no wind all day.
I know it.
Kicks up.
I was just thinking, and Vinny's creating new gear left and right.
The first
That's
one.
funny.
I think there's 3.
Yeah.
So we're talking a little bit about, or we're not talking a little bit about Kendra Cheese. This is all about our paranormal
Trying to figure
convention.
out where you're going with that. I'm like, where is she going?
Talking a little bit about the paranormal. No, this is all about paranormal.
100%.
I don't know what this one is.
I'm going to say something really wrong that cannot be out there.
Hey, some of the best episodes we've had in the past have been our live ones. So.
Yeah, but I signed an NDA, so.
Oh yeah.
And on that note,
Is that still on file, Kate? The NDA?
The one that I signed. No, we were talking about TAPS.
Oh, yeah,
Paranormal
yeah.
Convention or paranormal, and I actually don't think I
Oh,
signed
you
a
have.
real NDA when that happened, but
Now that makes sense, though.
yeah, we were talking about that, and then I was going to say, I was like, we need to stop talking about this because I'm going to say something that I can't say. And he was like, no, like that's good. And I was like, no, like it's really not.
Jason would kill me.
so
It
who's
wasn't even Jason, it was Steve. And then Steve did something bad, and now I don't care. I'll tell you everything. No, I'm kidding.
So who's up next? I think
Debbie Branning.
Oh, it's bad tea. Like I'll tell you later. We'll get together.
Behind closed doors.
It's like hot tea. Yeah. It's a good one.
Roger's always up for a cup of hot
No.
tea, right? Right? Yeah, exactly.
No. I almost punched somebody because of it. Exactly. That's why I was
Do you have violent tendencies?
100%. 100%. Yeah. Who was I trying to fight? That one kid that was my sister there? No way. Are you 100% sure?
I'm positive it was you and your sister running it. Because remember that I showed up with the new case, I brought out the
Oh yeah. Dude, on the way home from that, there was thousands and thousands of toads on the ground because of the monsoon.
Oh, the rain, yeah.
Oh my God. My sister and I were driving home and I was sobbing because I was running over like hundreds of toads, and Abigail's in the passenger seat just dying laughing, and I'm just sobbing because I'm killing all of these toads. And I couldn't avoid them. I was going 75 in the middle of the night on the highway. Like,
Do you remember
everywhere.
that one year here? It was one, I don't know if it was spring. So I know it's when I was living in Gilbert, and I was driving from, not Florence, but the Coolidge. So we were playing at the Galloping Goose.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so driving home. But there was one year, there was just thousands of toads.
Yeah.
Just
it was terrifying.
everywhere. And then you hit one square on and you hear it pop, and it's just
Stop it. That's going to bring back bad memories.
PTSD.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny though. This year I really didn't see any.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Even
any
though
in
we
a
had
long
rain.
time.
You didn't see him either? Man, because usually there's.
I might not use 2 of those tickets if you want to ask him if he wants those.
You talking to your phone?
Yeah, I can't text and think at the same time, so I just voice text, and usually that ends up bad too. But the assistant executive director at my work wants tickets to the show tonight too.
Hey, Roger, you want to come over here and say hi?
No, we're mad at Roger. He replaced
Oh.
me.
I'm gonna
kidding.
I'm gonna put him next to you.
You replaced me. Okay. Well, no, you were just an addition. You were a good addition. Oh, remember how I told you that my boss knew who you were, right? It turns out she's a colossal, terrible person and got fired a month ago.
Oh, good. I'm glad
I wish you would have
happened.
told me that before I agreed.
Because if she hadn't gotten fired, you'd get fired.
It did for the first 2 months because she thought she could control me. Oh, you don't even know. She tried. We just became a new company. She told them to fire me on day 1, and they fired her instead. I know. It was the ultimate revenge. She was so mad. Yeah, I wish you would have told me that. My boss and I were talking. I'm the director of business operations for a senior living community. So senior living, it's been open for 20 plus years. It's haunted. There's no way it's not. It's, I'll tell you off air, just because I don't want people to stalk me. I had a stalker once. It wasn't fun. Not that any people would stalk me, but he said, sure. I'll send him pictures later. But anyways, there's 2 wings of our building that are completely closed. One was a skilled nursing side and one was a rehab to home side. When I go into rehab to home, I feel seriously sick, like I'm going to like something is going to get me kind of feeling. Everybody says skilled nursing is haunted. I don't believe that. I believe rehab is. So I started bringing my K2 meter into work, and I would walk the halls with my K2 meter because like I heard somebody say my name and I heard somebody walking behind me. So I was like, I just need my K2. So I would walk around with it, and I was talking to Stephanie about it, and she was like, I knew this kid once who used to work with me. And then when she said that, I was like, I thought Roger used to work in senior living, or even, yeah, I was going to say. And she was like, yeah, his name was Roger. And I said, wait, Roger? And she was like, I don't know. So I pulled you up on Facebook, and she was like, yeah, that's him. And I was like, there's no way. And I was like, I literally texted you right in her office. Oh, she was only there for a blip too, because their last 4 jobs, her employee staged a coup and got her thrown out. And we found that out after she got fired. So that was fun. But guess what? I'm the boss now. So I know. Terrible, actually. But
We have about 4 minutes coming up here. If you're joining us from home, we are the Truth About Beer and on YouTube. This is Kendra,
hello.
Papa Joey,
Hello.
and I'm Keith.
Oh, the camera's right there.
Yeah, we move the camera around, so
I'll move it again.
move it again. So
Smack my gum.
who's our next guest, Joey?
We have Debbie Branning
Nice.
coming up, and special guest. So I'm anxious to know who the special guest is. It's probably Roger.
Let's be real.
Could be.
Papa. It is so nice out today, guys.
Oh, I want to leave it out all day.
Oh my gosh. It's, you guys get that feeling like when it's so hot all summer that you literally go to the front door of somewhere and you brace yourself because as soon as you open those doors, that heat is going to hit you. I did that at work the other day and the heat didn't hit me. It was nice. And I was like, oh, it's time. I'm so excited.
There's a microphone down there too, Roger.
I got my emotional support flannel that I can wear now, so we're good.
I should have a microphone stand showing up here soon, hopefully.
She probably just ditched us. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go now. Oh, it's off.
Right now, you could be the
Now go.
stand, Roger, if you want to.
I pressed the wrong button.
Turn the switch on. Yeah. Hello.
There you go.
That's the one.
First lesson to tech support. Turn it on.
Have you tried turning it off?
Why would I do that? That's too easy.
That's what resets it.
Right.
Doesn't reset me. I've tried.
If you
I was
would-
referring to sleep, but it could also be like the whole. That's what I was referring to.
It's called deprivation. Oh.
I mean, it was last year. Like we were talking about, like I was in the hospital, almost died, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When I left the hospital, I was like, oh, I'll feel all brand new. All this stuff. No,
No.
that did not work
doesn't
either,
happen.
guys. I promise.
For those of you in our live studio audience today, we are the Truth About Beer. And if you're looking for a good podcast, go check us out on YouTube. We're also on Rumble. Got 6 years worth of material. It's a streaming platform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a platform you're less likely to get kicked off of for saying certain things. So, YouTube's become very strict over the last couple of years for some reason. So,
Oh, now I see what's going on.
Huh?
I thought I had 2 banners up there, but that's our sign
Yeah,
behind
this
us.
one right here.
They're almost lined up with each other.
that's funny.
I don't seem to fit in my
So it'll move when I move the camera.
All right, we got about 1 minute left.
There's a barbecue place out there. It looks good.
It's very good. We had their breakfast burrito.
I'm gonna have to go get something.
It was very
soon.
good.
a bunch of them actually.
Yeah,
It was
it's
just-
so big that I won't be eating until
Oh yeah.
dinner.
Yeah, probably.
I ate half of a smoothie pouch on the way here, and it was only half because it was so gross. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. Chino, cochino.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Thank you
All right.
so much. I was waiting for that.
We'll turn it over to you guys.
You.
Captain. Are we ready? Ooh. Just waiting for them to say okay. Hey, we're good. All right, everybody, y'all want to come up closer? Okay. Hi, we're us. We don't really have a name. We'll introduce ourselves individually. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Chance Houston. I started ghost hunting in, 1976. Yes, I'm old. I really got into ghost hunting around 2004 when I saw that there was ghost shows, and I'm like, oh, there are people like me. And I've been going strong ever since. Today, we're going to have a presentation on dowsing for spirits. So basically, as the name explains, you can use dowsing tools for all sorts of things, and we're going to show you a few under the helm of dowsing for spirits. I'm going to pass the microphone, let everybody introduce themselves. I'm Chance Houston, and I'm a ghost hunter.
Hi, I'm Colleen Solzer. I'm his other half, and I've been with the paranormal since 2012, but I've had multiple personal experiences which led me to the interest in the paranormal. He and I will do some ghost hunting here and there, but we usually do it with Debbie and Carolee. So yeah, that's about it for me.
I'm Debbie Branny, and I am the director of MVD Ghost Chasers. And so if any of you have seen that new TV show, DMV, that's me. And so I've been doing paranormal in Arizona since about 1993. So one of the first paranormal teams in Arizona. And so through the years, I've learned a lot about dowsing with pendulums and dowsing rods. So we're going to do a little bit of that today. And I'm also an author. So I have a table down there with tons of books. Come get them. And here we go.
My name is Carolee Jackson. I run Friends of the Other Side here in Arizona. I've been researching paranormal anomalies since 1975 after living with a poltergeist. And I really wanted to know what the heck is going on out there. And here I am 50 years later, and I'm still doing it. I work predominantly with old school theory, camera, audio recorders, dowsing rods, pendulum, glass divination, and a few other things we could sit here and talk hours on. Today I'll be presenting the pendulum for you. And here we go.
Okay. Now, the four of us have been doing a lot of paranormal investigations for about the last 4 or 5 years. And so we work really good as a group. So that's why we're here.
Awesome. So the show begins. I'm your MC. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes, and we're going to turn it over to the real show. So this is just the build up here. I'm going to give you a little. We do have a PowerPoint. I didn't know there would be a TV, so unfortunately I didn't bring it, but I did print it out, and I'm going to give you just a few highlights from it. Won't make you sit through the whole thing. So we're talking about dowsing. It's sometimes called water witching, doodle bugging, divining, witching. It has tons of names. It's a practice of using originally forked sticks and then eventually metal rods and pendulums to locate hidden things, to most famously finding water and metals. And throughout its history, it's been a bit accepted among some and controversial and rejected among others. We're going to focus a little bit mostly on the accepted ideas of it, and not so much into where religion kind of wants us to not do this. I should say, when I say us, I'm talking about us in the 1700s. By the 19th century, religion has stopped having a problem with this. They just ignore us. All right, so here's the historic origins as it can be traced down. It started originally in probably Eastern Germany. At the same time, it also started with the Druids a little differently. So there's no exact who did it first. In Germany, it was more used for mining. So they would use willow branches and hazel trees for a divining rod. And it would be the classic forked sticks, and they would hold them tight in a bent shape and allow it to quiver, right? And they would maintain that tension. And when something would disturb the rods, they would point, right? And that's how they used them. Again, initially for water and metal, because those were the two things that you really had to hunt for. By the time the 16th century rolled around, the church started to get involved, and they didn't really particularly like it, but they accepted it in the context of mining, not so much water, but mining. And so mining was the original acceptable use of dowsing, and it, some say, is still used a little bit today. I can tell you for sure it's used a lot today, but it's a more less practical approach to finding things in the ground, because a lot of things can be found with a, what's it called? Metal detector and stuff like that. All right, so when it spread, it spread first and took its strongest foothold in France. And we're talking the 1600s, 1700s. And the French had this cool idea to treasure hunt. Okay, and so that's when they found that there is a weakness or a limitation to dowsing rods. And that is, you need to be standing near the thing you're hunting for. Like in the case of water or minerals, it's generally accepted that you got to be literally standing right on it for it to point down. How do you hunt treasure like that when treasure could be anywhere? And so the French started using the pendulum as the same way that you would use a dowsing rod. And so it was an inanimate object that would be held loosely, that was capable of moving on its own. And they would run it around maps. It was a way of surveying large areas. And when they would get a hit, right, that would be their cue to go to that field and walk around it with dowsing rods. And that's how the French did it. Around the same time, there was military uses of it. And the military uses did extend until there was better technical equipment to find things in the ground. A dowsing rod guess was as good a guess as anybody's guess. That's the way they looked at it. The PowerPoint had a lot of talk about the scrutiny. Let's not focus on how this could all be faked, because we're not here to fake it. In fact, this is our 4th or 5th time for this presentation, and it always goes a little bit awry at times. So you will know we're not here to trick you. We're not here to impress you with our tricks. We're just here to, educate. Enlighten, have fun. We're actually here to have fun. We're here to have fun. Let's see. In the modern context, pendulum dowsing gained new uses, mainly for question answering. So I think Colleen is going to present one way to use a pendulum to, I'm not quite sure, to answer questions. Okay, she's not going to do pendulum, but still it's question answering. That was the new acceptable use for divination. Let's see. The New Age context kind of brought in the concept of earth ley lines or energy lines and such. I'm open-minded to anything. So I don't know where I've ever encountered that personally, like someone using rods to show those kind of things to me, but I accept it. Let's see. I just want to say that a lot of people look at it as if the rod or the pendulum is where the power is at, and the power really isn't there. It is an inanimate object, and the mechanism can be explained in a lot of ways, but ultimately I think of it as antennas to show us the unseen. All right, so there's some way to get some insights into the unseen. Yay, and that was the entire text of the PowerPoint. It's a lot longer when there's an actual PowerPoint. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're always on take notice when someone pulls out dowsing rods in an unexpected context. And we were watching like a home renovation show, and they had a need to do something to the water lines, and they had I believe a well on the edge of the property, and they needed to find the path of the water lines to the well. And so he used modern tools. He hooked up an electrical charge to one end near the house, hoping to use the wetness of the water, because it was a plastic line, as a conduit, and then to follow it above ground with basically a metal detector. In this case, it is a detector looking for the signal that he has input into this line. And he can follow it a little bit. He had a general idea of where it was, but the signal would fade out. And so it was too uncertain for him to start digging, because it was going to be a substantial dig. And so, pardon me, so he pulled out and went back to his truck, and he pulled out dowsing rods and went to where the last signal was that the machine had told him, and then began kind of a sweep pattern, just little arcs, going toward where he knew the well was.
He was skeptical of the dowsing rods. He was like, I don't believe that this will work and everything, but it's back to the your guess is as good as mine. If I literally have no clue, what's the difference of me saying right there and the dowsing rod saying right there, right? But no, the dowsing rods were more accurate than the actual machine.
Right, and so he did his sweeping patterns and had a few rod crossings, and so he marked the spot and kind of thought about it, like, does this look in line? You know, he wasn't just ready to dig just because the lines, the rods crossed there. Well, to speed this up, he did dig. He did land not only on the line, but landed directly on the leaky portion of the line. And he said that even his machine would not tell him where the leak was. The machine would just tell him where the line was. So he was impressed. It was one of those things where he claimed to be skeptical. He also had dowsing rods in his truck. So how skeptical are you, right? So, but that's an example of a practical use. It's an example of trusting that if you don't know something, how can you honestly say the rods are wrong, right? So it's back to any guess is a good guess if you literally are just guessing.
Speaking of trusting rods, I do a lot of preservation work at the old cemetery down in Phoenix, and we have to kind of walk the cemetery, and sometimes we're trying to locate where a body is. And so I had my rods out one time, and I was walking along, and like, okay, there's someone buried here, and it's a female. And our conservator from New York, he just looked at me like, oh, those don't do anything. I go, yes, there's a method to it. And we can do that demo today if we want to. And so he went back to New York, because that's what he does. He travels all around the country, helping people conserve and do work in their cemeteries, fixing stones and such. And he ran into another dowser who was doing preservation work, and they told him the same thing with the rods. And the last time he was out here helping us, he had a set of rods in his truck and in his pocket. So he's a believer now too.
So real quick, along with dowsing rods, there's a lot of different things that you can use to help with, getting, oh, my hat, with divination. So along with my dowsing rods, okay, the hat is coming off. All right.
For those online, the witch's hat has been removed.
The infinity deck, thank you. It's an infinity deck, and it has the answers yes, no, I don't know, don't ask. And so these were created by a content creator on YouTube by Selena Spooky Boo, if anybody is familiar with her. And she's also a paranormal investigator and self-proclaimed psychic and medium. So she put these cards out. I just got them, so I just got to practice them. We have a bit of activity in our house. Ghostly activity in our house. Our house is rather old. And so last night we had some activity and I pulled out the cards to try them. And so we got some activity or some answers of who was, who was, coming along or who's kind of presenting themselves to us. And so it's quite interesting, but you lay them out almost like tarot cards, but you lay them out flat down so you don't see the answers. And then what you do is you ask a question, and then you can use a pendulum, you can use your dowsing rods, or you can just use your hand, and wherever you sense that you need to pick it up, that hopefully is a correct or near correct answer. But yeah, I found it to be, well, maybe my first time trying it yesterday or last night, it was sort of accurate because we already know who is at our house, who the spirits are, and what they were wanting. So it was just basically one of our spirits. So it's like, hey, I just need a little attention from you. And I was like, okay, I'll give it to you. So we use the dowsing rods in different ways. Another one we've done is with the Estes method. I'm not going to show that right now, just because I want to keep it going. But basically what we do is do sensory deprivation with my eyes and my ears, not able to hear or sense anything or hear anything. And then we let the rods, he would ask a question, and then would let the rods do the answering. So maybe we can, if we have time for that, we'll maybe do that. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Do you want me to wait until the end, or do you want me to do that now? At the end?
Since we talked about cemetery, I'll go ahead and
Oh,
do
sure.
cemetery.
Yeah, let's do that.
And I'll measure.
Oh, sure.
So it's not that we're getting ahead of ourselves because we don't really have a plan, and we never do this the same twice. All right. I just want to add that at its core, dowsing is an act of communication. It's a communication between human and earth, maybe a communication between a seeker and something hidden. Right. And the dowsing rod is the bridge that living, or at least in the olden days, it was always a living twig that would quiver and would be the bridge between the two worlds. And so with that said, now I'm going to turn it over to these ladies who are the practitioners. Like I said, I'm a ghost hunter, and this is something where I'm just going to leave it to the professionals. These are the professionals, and that's with a wink. Here's Debbie Branning.
You probably have to hold that because
I will. I'll hold it.
I need 3 volunteers that will lay on the ground. Okay. All right. So I need a male, some male who doesn't mind getting a little.
I'll do it.
Okay. And I just need you to lay on the ground here.
The reason she needs the gender difference is the rods can determine male or female.
You're going to hold the microphone.
Oh, okay.
I was like, what? Come on in.
All right. Okay. I need one more girl. Just pretend like you're in a graveyard. You're going to be laying down. These are your graves.
Wait, hello?
Wait a minute.
Turn the other way. Oh,
Can you sit up for a second?
you're all, this is how
There
a
we go. I
graveyard
got it.
usually
Okay, go ahead and lay down.
Down up there.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay. Yeah, those are your headstones.
Debbie can walk over you.
Sorry.
All right, I won't actually step on you. I promise. Okay, so this is pretend I'm at the cemetery now. This is what we do. So they're determined that this is the we'll be at the Addams family today. Follow me. And so the Addams family, we know that there is Mr. Addams, and he had a wife, and he had a daughter, but the graves are unmarked, and we don't know which is which. So as I'm going through, there's a way to tell where the graves are. First, we're going to mark the graves. So I'm going to go across. As when we get to a body, your rods will cross. Keep walking and open back up. When you get to the next body, you'll start to cross again. You go off that body in the cemetery.
As you keep going, it's going to cross again. So we know that we do have the bodies here. The bodies are here at the cemetery. Okay, great. So we know where they are. We're in the right area. Even though there's no markers or anything, we know that there are 3 people buried here in the cemetery. Now, there's a way. It's kind of like, I'm going to use the pendulum for that. It's kind of like with the way, remember women, when you got pregnant, and then you did the thing with your belly, and you put that over your tummy, that you can look at the male or female. Well, it's kind of the same thing here. Because if you put it over a woman, as you can see, it goes
Counterclockwise.
counterclockwise. Then we're going to go down here. Over this body, and it goes clockwise.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, okay, there's a woman, there's a man. Let's see what's in this body here. Once again, it goes clockwise.
Counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Counterclockwise. Female.
Clockwise, male.
But what if the mortician put the body in the wrong way in the coffin? So we're going to flip him over here.
Oh my gosh.
This poor soul. So here I am again. So I'm going over this time with dowsing rod, and again it's going to do the same thing. Counterclockwise. Now I'm going over the male.
It already started.
And it's going counterclockwise.
Clockwise.
It should be going counterclockwise.
Oh, yes, you're right. Sorry.
And then I'm going over here to this other woman. Going counterclockwise. So you're saying now, well, why did it go counterclockwise that time? Because he's buried upside down. And so I'm going to go this way. When you go over, I'm going to do it with the pendulum here again. I can see better. So when you go the pendulum, okay. I'm going to trip over the wire, so I'm going to go over it. I'm going to show you the thing with the how it will go with just the pendulum here. So if I have my dowsing rod, I'm going with my dowsing rod, it's pointing to her head, right? So if I'm going to the
Oh, sorry.
gentleman,
Sorry.
I can feel that.
so it's pointing to his feet. So the theory on it, though, because he's in the wrong way, so it's still pointing to his feet. So they're saying when a woman, it's going to point to her head in any grave. And then a male, it's going to point to his feet in every grave because women think with their heads, men think with their other head. So that's the whole theory on graves. So you folks, thank you very much for being my dead people. And then I need one other person who might have some issues with health. Come up here to the front. Take a chance for Nina's invite.
I can't lay down on the floor.
No, you don't have
Oh,
to.
no,
No,
no.
no more lay on the floor. You get to stand with yours. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how. Oops, how a dowsing rod. This is called a U-rod. It's shaped like a U. And I saw this one time when I was in a New Age store. Someone had them out there, and I says, "What is that for?" And he goes, "It's to measure energy." And you can also locate where things maybe are an illness sometimes. So I'm going to have you do, first of all, we're going to show you your usual wall of energy around you, okay? Mm-hmm. So it goes out this far. It goes out quite a bit. That's what, about 3 feet, something like that?
2.5.
2.5 feet. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to think of something really icky. You know, something you don't like. You know, like what's something icky? Taxes. Taxes. Yeah.
That's good.
Think of taxes, medicines, all that. So just keep thinking about that. Something really, really icky. And I'm coming up to you again. And look how much her energy, it shrunk. I mean, it's a lot smaller now. It's only about maybe a foot, even that, probably 8 inches. So now what I want you to do is think about something that makes you really happy. Ice cream, going on a vacation, Christmas, whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to come at you again. And look how much her energy field opened up again. So basically, you want to stay as a positive person all the time, because then that energy around you is going to be really, 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 really nice. Like, just for example, when you go to work and you have that one lady at the desk, and she always has M&Ms in a jar, and she tells everybody when they come in, "Good morning, how are you today?" And everybody likes her, because she's just always happy, and she always got those M&Ms, and she's always just a really energetic person. Then you have that other lady that kind of sits in the middle of the room that, she never signs a birthday card. She never, gives money for, the, collections in the office, whatever. And nobody wants to go and talk to her because she's closed off that energy. Now I'm going to put this up here. Another thing you can do. So I'm going to put this here and just kind of wave it down here towards you. And a lot of times this rod will pick up where there's illness factors. You can pull down their leg.
You're going to get further than that.
I'm older.
I know.
But as you can see, it kind of is in this area. Is this where you've had problems in the past?
Some.
But this is where it's picking up where her trigger place is. If she was having any problem, I would say there.
That ankle would show you.
The ankle? Yeah. I think I could only get down that way.
No, give it to somebody else.
All right. But that's another way this could be. It was picking up the energy from in here that you've had things before. I have a lot of people that, it'll come like around their stomach where they've had problems with stomach energy. And then sometimes, when I turn around backwards, let's see if I pick up it.
Go.
Stop facing.
Turn around?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
And then go sideways. So they can see.
Further?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. And then there's another thing. If you come on down here.
What?
It's kind of going in the same area again.
Yeah.
It's in your kind of core area where you have the most.
Yeah, it's called TA.
But that's what this little rod here can do. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Do you have more? She has run out.
One thing I want to say, though, if you guys do get your rods or pins and they're like your toothbrush, make it your own. Don't borrow it out from people and let me try your dusty rods. No, keep it as your own. And there are a lot of good books you can, practice little tricks and games with, kind of, like playing the piano, little books of workshops. Okay, Caroline's going to go up next, I believe.
We've saved the best for Carolee.
Oh my God. I love show and tell. Well, I've been doing this for a freaking long time. I started off with I don't need that. I talk loud. My husband will tell you.
We won't hear you.
Oh. Well, it's hard to demonstrate.
You need a mic. Oh, I can hold it. Yeah, I can't wait to hold it.
How's that, guys? Okay. So I started off 50 years ago with just a pendulum. I didn't know anything about dowsing rods. I knew about the willow tree, dividing it and doing its thing. My grandparents used it on the farm. But for me, I always use the pendulum because that felt natural to me. I have a lot of pendulums. The one that I suggest for a beginner is a clear quartz. And you always use it in your less dominant hand. If you're right-handed, use the left, vice versa. If you're ambidextrous, how do I feel today? I feel a little weaker on the left. Boom, that's where it goes. You don't, before you start a session, the way I do it is I talk to my angels and I ask them to protect me because I know I'm opening a door that can invite anything in. I want to be protected first and foremost. That's what these tools will do, is they will help guide whatever is otherworldly entity to step forward, be it a human spirit or something else. The something else is a whole different story. Start with the clear quartz. Man, that covers everything. And the way I do it is I just hold it between my fingers. I do have tremors because I'm 70 years old. And sit with it. Talk to it. Make it your own. Put your energy in it. I meditate and cleanse all my tools. And my pendulums and rods know my answers. Forward is yes, and then sideways is no. Can you demonstrate that for us? Yes. And can you stop? And no. My brother is here in spirit, so he's helping show. No. Sometimes they're confused and they don't know what the heck is going on. And they start going in a circle. And that would be my brother. He lived in total chaos, confusion. Stop at the end of the session. Clear quartz. I have mine in copper. Copper is a great conduit. Another one I use a lot, this is angelite. I work with the angelic realm when I go out to clients' houses. So many of them are asking for family to please come forward. I'm a spiritual medium, so it's kind of a specialty of mine. I like my angelite. This beckons the angels to assist us in what we're going to be doing today. The nice thing about pendulums is you can get them in all kinds of different crystals, and each one is for a specific purpose. The angel one I love for spirit communication with those who have crossed over. It's very, works very well. Sorry, I get a little choked up. There's somebody in here. Okay, we'll do that another time. Another one I like using is if I go to an area and I come up to stories of, oh, it's demons and, you know, hellfire and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. I use black obsidian. That should always be used in your dominant hand. The black obsidian is great for repelling negativity, calming the energy so that you can work with it. I love my black obsidian. Is there anything we need to be wary of here? No. So we're in a good environment here. And here's another one I really like. A lot of times when I start, I have an intent. I want to talk to George. This pendulum opens in two pieces. And you write on a small slip of paper, George's name, or am I going to get a new car? Put car, money. This is your intent. Put it back together. This is great for a beginner too, the intentional ones. And again, am I going to get a new car? Oh, thank God, because mine's still new. Okay. I have like almost 25 pendulums, each one for a different purpose. Depends on what we're going to chat about. If we're going to talk about money, then I have two I use. We're going to talk about health. There's a couple other stones we use. But the pendulum, when it comes to talking to ghosts, spirits, I always say start with just a clear quartz. You can get them anywhere. They're very affordable. They're easy to charge. They're easy to read. I also use, I'm not doing glass today. Don't freak out. I am a Ouija user, but this is just a spirit board. You'll notice there's letters and words and numbers. There's a dowsing chart. This one has numbers and months. And then these are small. They go in my tote bag. I always carry one. And those I use predominantly with the pendulum. You put it over your board, you ask your question, and you read what the answer is, somewhat to a planchet on a Ouija board. I just find that for people that need something a little more positive, something more tangible, is it really, am I pulling this out of my rear, or is this like for real? Having it spelled out, or numbers or months shown right in front of their face, that's all she wrote. So I used the boards. If you don't have boards, another really cool thing, everybody's got a pencil and paper. You write down some yes, no, maybe, rephrase the question, put them out in front of you on the table, get your pendulum out, start asking, and see what it answers. Yes, no, maybe, or I don't know what you're talking about, rephrase that question. So you don't need anything fancy, piece of paper and a pencil, bam, you're done. I also use single rods with these. I do dowsing like the ladies have presented, but you can use a single rod with these boards, words, and they respond just like the pendulum. Pretty cool. Has anybody ever used any of these devices?
Yeah, I had a patient once that got recent breast cancer, and we were sitting there and talking, and she said, I wonder if you know of a good dowser. I said, well, I'm a good dowser, and I have a Herkimer diamond on my silver chain.
Perfect.
And she asked questions, and the pendulums went, no, no. And I said, here's one I want to ask. Was it related to the shot you just got? And the crystal blew off the chain onto the table, scared the crap out of both of us. I've never had that happen.
Yeah.
I said, I think you have your answer.
Yes, absolutely. See, they are amazing tools, and that's all these are. They're a tool between your intuition and the answer, or a spirit guide. My guides love the pendulums, and this is a conduit for them to say, Carolee, I've told you the answer. Pay attention. How many times do I have to repeat myself? A few. So, and the same with the rods. I love the rods. I have a pair of rods that I have, the tips are painted with, it attracts light and shows up in the dark. So when we do caves and things like that, we can still use the rods because you can follow the lit tips responding. So that's pretty cool.
Two questions. One is that when I went to get is that an amethyst just kept pulling me to it, but I have always used it with the circle. If it's a circle, yes, or the circle. No.
Perfect. Amethyst is an excellent stone to work with in pendulums. I work with it too. And in fact, my rods I brought today, they have amethyst tips. They're great for anything spiritual, any spirituality, even some religious aspects. Amethyst is excellent. And yours now are tuned to how it responds. Counterclockwise is no, clockwise is yes. That's the way your tools work with you. Now, if somebody else picked that up, it probably wouldn't work that way. But that's the relationship you have with your tool. So yeah, it is different for everybody. My husband is that way. His like whirls around, does weird stuff, and where mine's very straightforward. But anything else? And if not, I'm going to switch over to Colleen and Chance, and they'll do the Estes method with dowsing rods. And Oh, you probably need that.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, that worked pretty good.
So Carolee's right, and so is Debbie with creating your own rods and holding on to your own rods. I recently had to buy new rods because the other ones had kind of just ran out of power. It just they were like, all right, we're done. And so I actually doctored it up with clear quartz beads, as well as copper to kind of enhance the copper coils to enhance the energy coming through. But again, it comes from intent, and so I'm going to deprive myself of sight and sound, and Chance is going to ask questions, and hopefully the new rods will talk.
This is the part that has gone awry in the past. I will say, to finish her story, that her rods really did kind of stop working, but the rods had an origin. They came from a friend whose brother passed away, and these rods were made from copper hangers that was in his closet. There's since been a little bit of a problem, nothing's permanent, with this person, and the rods apparently are on this person's side. Has stopped working for her. So she's got some new ones here. So this is called the Estes method. We ghost hunters use sensory deprivation to make it so that the outside world doesn't influence what's going on. She has sound canceling headphones on and blinders. And so let's just start with the question of, can you cross for yes? Can you show us a yes? Yes. Yes. Okay. Can you straighten out? All right. And can you spread like a Y for no? Can you show me no? I like it when that happens. Again, we're definitely not here to like trick you. This is the real thing. Can you point at the podcast, people? Or are you streaming live? I don't know what's going on over there. Okay, where's the live streamers? Look at that. So these rods are new. Can you straighten up for us? These rods are new. She's worked with them. She's had one moon ritual with them. The decorations change the physics a little bit. So let's see. Let's ask a question. Is there anyone in spirit in the room? Cross for yes. That's pretty good. That's a yes for sure. Can you straighten out? Yes or no questions sometimes feel limiting, but if you keep going long enough, you can eventually get it. We're still crossed. If you can uncross, that would be great. Okay, we're going to take that as a starting point. Here's a bit of a trick question. Dowsing rods, do books have souls? I don't know. I was kind of expecting a non-response, but it did cross over a little bit. So apparently, whoever's helping with the rods thinks books have souls. Debbie, being an author, by the way, she's got a booth out there with lots of books. Please stop by. Debbie can tell us that books have soul because the authors pour themselves into it. Can you uncross for us? You're a little crossed. They're bumping in. There they went. Okay. Can you help me with a question? Does anybody have a question? Anybody? Debbie, what's a question? Has Elvis, the Mr. Presley himself, ever been in this building? They're a bit timid. That's okay. I think that's a yes. And that means, according to physics, in the fourth dimension, Elvis is still in this room. He has not left this building. Awesome. You're crossed a little bit. Can you uncross? I'm going to have to tell her that the little swirls get hung up on each other. Let's see. Let's do two more. Anybody in the room have a question? I want to ask anything specific. You can even use code words. Okay. I'll use one. Is the witch back in our closet? I'm hoping for a no. If you've ever had a witch in your closet, I'll tell you what, I can go in that closet. It is so cold all the time. We didn't get an answer on that one. Let's see. What's one more? Oh, yes. Is her aunt's house haunted? Don't tell your aunt. Okay. Okay, can you uncross for me? Let's see. And the last question is will Colleen give me a big kiss when she's done? It's okay. She's my wife. Yes. All right. That's a maybe. Okay, I'm going to tap her shoulder and let her come on out. Her hands are starting to get shaky. Right. Yeah, she wasn't listening. She couldn't hear us. Those are sound canceling. So any sound in the room, the machinery did try and cancel it out. You can hear us at times. It's a little muffled. So I should tell you, it worked this time.
Okay, there's somebody in the room here who's connected to a man. Can I have my glasses? Is there a Donald here? Or somebody knew a Donald?
I knew a Donald.
Okay.
Recently passed.
Okay, he's with you. Is he connected to a man that's in your life?
No. Well, his son is his children are my friends.
Okay, so he's just watching over you, but he's coming on strong. Whoo, he was coming on strong. He was like, tell her. I was like, okay, or whoever it was, he was like, just tell him. And I'm like, okay, I will tell him. Whoo, okay. He was, okay. The heat is now leaving my body because I've done that.
All right, yay. What do you think, guys? We have a few minutes left. Yeah. How many of us have dowsed for minerals?
I've done it twice, unsuccessfully. I'm better with spirit. That's for
All right. I'm a rock collector, but I usually just buy them. Okay. I believe you. Yeah. I will tell you the way that I use it, because, okay, so after all these years, I still am skeptical. And at times I think that, this is just too easy to fake. How could it possibly be real? So there's a way, if you're skeptical, you can use that skepticism. We do this, there's a trick we'll do to ourselves if we need to make a decision and we're reluctant to make the decision. Take a coin, okay, and I'm going to relate this to dowsing, but take a coin and say, if it lands on head, I'm definitely doing it. If it lands on tails, I'm definitely not doing it. And when you flip it, you will feel the answer. I hope that thing lands on heads. Suddenly, you've answered your own question, a question you weren't willing to answer for yourself. But now, that this thing was going to answer for you, you let yourself know the answer that you wanted. You can do the same thing with dowsing rods. You can sincerely set by yourself. You can be a non-believer or a skeptical person or someone who's a believer, but just not in the mood at the moment. And do the same thing. Ask the rods a question and listen to yourself say, I hope they cross, or I hope they don't cross. That's a very practical way that you can get information from yourself, right? So if we're talking about getting secret information from the universe and you go, that's this, I'm a disbeliever. Trust me, if you can pull information out of yourself, you'll find that there is a use. Debbie's getting closer. Yes.
Is there a spirit in this room that is not for our own good? Is there in the background that keeps going on?
I'll leave it to these two.
There's nobody here to do damage or harm. Curiosity.
They always want to know what's going on. Like, why are these people here? And what are those silly people doing? I use my dowsing rods a lot to locate missing items. You know how sometimes you think you put your keys on a certain spot, and then you go and like, where did I put my keys? And it's like, okay, I've got to get the rods out or the pendulum. And then I'll say, can you show me where my rods are? And it'll start directing me to them. And normally, yes, I will find them and where they're directing me to. So they're very good for locating missing items. What else do I use them for? I'm trying to think. I know when I had my water lines done on my yard, I actually used my rods to help the plumbers find my water lines. So they're good for that.
I've also used them to make hard decisions. So my current job, I wasn't sure if I should take it, and it said yes, and I'm glad that I did because it's a great job. So.
Yep, and also for communicating with people that have gone away and that have passed away, or sometimes I want to communicate with my friends. I'll get the rods out and go, okay, you guys want to go here and there? Should I contact you? So sometimes I do that with you guys, whether you know it or not. Road trip time. Any other questions?
Okay.
What's the best way to end a session with rods? Do you spin them? You're done?
Usually I say thank you. I tend to say thank you for, and it's usually just like a quiet conversation.
I'll like mine better.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I close it up. Well, after every session, I close up. And when I work, you'll hear me say thank you. Every response I get, I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for working with me, keeping me safe in this session. Blessings. And I just hold it all, then I take it home. And each one has its own little silk bag. They never touch, they never cross, they don't visit. I take them home and I cleanse them, and I do a blessing of them, and now we're ready to rock and roll next.
But I'm going to spit on them next. That's for sure.
They can't hear me over there. I want to say that some spirits won't work with rods and only work with pendulums, and vice versa. When I go out to a client, I take my rods, my pendulum, and I work with glass divination. We use each one, and whichever spirit is strongest with is the one we work with. So you could be standing here and nothing's happening, and yet you've got somebody in the room with you, but your rods are like, whatever. So you don't have a pendulum. A woman can take a necklace out of her jewelry box, and all of a sudden her necklace is responding. When I have found female spirits respond more to pendulum because it's foo-foo jewelry, and men like the macho rods. For some reason, swinging them copper, that's fun for them, right?
Indeed.
There you go.
Especially if you spit on it.
Yeah, and someday when we return, we'll have to do glass divination, which Vinny saw a portion of. That is phenomenal, but that takes up a bit of time. And okay, I'm done. I'm out of here.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever see the answers in your mind's eye?
Yes, before I even start. And when I start a session, everyone says, "Oh, well, you're moving it." But when you do this enough, you'll find you have a safe space. Zero. Nothing is coming in my space, including myself. I'm in neutral. So any communication I know is from spirit or guides.
I'm a man, forgive me.
Yes, you're forgiven. And then when I close, I thank everybody for communicating, keeping me safe, my guide for keeping a lookout for me, because I do crazy stuff. And then I'm at peace. If I have a feeling that something's going to go not right, I stop and make sure my client wants to go further, because poop really does happen sometimes. So protect yourself. Whatever you need to say or do it.
After all, it is a voluntary form of possession, even if you're just saying, move my fingers.
So sometimes to answer your question, I sometimes see it, but I also hear it as well. I'm more audio sentient than. Yeah. Or, but yeah, sometimes I hear it more so than I see it.
2 more minutes. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. And we do shows like this. We were in Globe recently, just before the big floods. So everybody, put a kind thought toward Globe. I should tell you that the time before this, Carol Lee had a heart attack during the event. An actual medical heart attack. But we're not doing that today. So it's amazing how quiet you can be during a heart attack. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, look, there we go.
All right, now it's back.
I like this angle. I'm the focal point.
You are the
No,
focal
I'm kidding.
point, yeah.
I'm kidding.
We're hiding our sexy bodies behind signs and computers.
There you go.
I'm the visual appeal, guys. Just kidding, obviously.
Hi.
We got anybody watching live? A few.
There's one on right now.
Okay, maybe we'll switch.
It's not me, I promise.
So to our live studio audience out here, we are The Truth About Beer, and we are a podcast that talks about beer and whatever we want to talk about. So we do have some merch over here from our podcast. We got some koozies if you are beer drinkers. Got some bottle openers. So come check them out. And if you haven't heard of our channel before, we have about 6 years worth of videos on there. So go check it out, Truth About Beer, and on YouTube and Rumble. We'll be hanging out with you guys here for the rest of the day. So appreciate the support. And we got some great guests coming up for you.
And I'll reiterate for our new live studio audience that I am, in fact, not part of this podcast. They do all the hard work. They do all of it. And I just jump in for the fun once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Assuming I live in the same state.
Well, you're a lot better looking than we are. So, some.
You kind of balance us out.
I feel like
Right.
I'm definitely like you guys are like the calm, and I am the ADHD in the middle. You know,
That's funny.
most of the time I just talk, and then people react, and then I'm like, okay, that worked. Which is what the whole thing podcast is about.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
And
much.
dot dot
And
dot.
whatever the end is. So who do we have coming up next?
We have Get Ghosted.
Ooh,
Ooh.
We'll talk about haunted Phoenix history.
nice. Love some history.
Very nice.
We have a lot of history.
That
is-
we do.
That's the one thing that's always guaranteed. History.
Yes.
100% of the time. Ba-da-da-da-da. I've got that stuck in my head now, Vinny. Your ringtone
His
is going to be
ringtone.
stuck in my head forever. Thank goodness it was a nice day out.
That was beautiful. It's getting a little warm now, though. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I was
it's not
in
bad.
all black.
Yeah.
No, you're good. What's up? Oh no.
And it's Taylor Swift as the ringtone. Very, very early in the morning. I can just hear it from my we shut the window until it.
Yeah, I bet.
You could always put a floodlight on that side of your house that reacts to noise right into there. No? Dang. Just flick it on.
Hello. Oh.
There you go.
Hi. We are gonna. If you haven't gotten a raffle ticket, can you raise your hand? Okay. Jimbo's gonna hand out raffle tickets because we're gonna have a raffle after our presentation for 2 free tickets to any ghost tour of your choice.
Woohoo. To the live audience, I don't know how many of you have been here all day and how many have not, but are you guys enjoying the vendors and the speeches and stuff? Yeah? I'm glad.
Yeah.
Good.
Got
This
a lot of good vendors out here today, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I've been up here, and I gotta say, the second I walked in, I knew it was cool.
Yeah, this place is awesome.
That's really cool.
Turn speakers up. It is really hard to hear in the back row with the ambient noise coming from outside the building.
I could turn it up here a little bit, Joe. You want me to turn it up here a little bit?
Yeah, see if
I just don't like your feedback.
Yeah, that's all.
No one told that feedback either, but we can't hear in the back.
Yep. Maybe, are there 2 speakers?
No.
No, just the one. Is it this one?
It was mainly for
Can we angle it that way more, maybe?
well, once we mute our mics, we can.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's better. I don't know. It's a little bit louder.
Let me see.
Is it good, Roger?
I was
Okay,
gonna say,
good.
can you hear? There's also benches on the side of this wall over here that Roger can beautifully model Vanna White style. If anybody wants to move from the back towards the side, might be a little bit feedback. Is that good? Testing, testing, testing.
How's that, Roger?
I am so sorry for singing.
Go up.
I think testing, 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 testing. Any feedback? Any feedback? I can.
Is it on the verge?
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit.
just a tiny bit. I can hear it louder now, though. Hopefully, everybody. You can always try something again. Are you ready, kids? Thank you. This is what I was waiting for. Test.
And we are streaming live on YouTube, so you guys can go back if you go to our channel, The Truth About Beer, and you guys can rewatch it. All the lectures for today will be on YouTube. So
Skip over the part where we're dealing with the feedback, though.
I don't know which one is feeding back, but
It's probably mine.
it's probably ours. Yeah.
Hello.
So we'll mute ourselves if you guys are ready to go.
Heck yeah. Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Nadine, and I am the founder and head ghostess at Get Ghosted Phoenix. And this is my sidekick, Jimbo. He runs the Central Phoenix Screamix tour, which we'll tell you about in a minute. And yeah, we're gonna tell you today about how Get Ghosted came to be. How Get Ghosted came to be and the tours we have. And then we're gonna talk about the most haunted locations you don't know about. So you've heard of the Hotel San Carlos, that's on his tour. You've heard of the Orpheum, that's on his tour. You've heard of the Westward Ho, also on his tour. But we're gonna tell you about places I guarantee you didn't know were haunted. And if you did, just raise your hand and I'll stand myself corrected. Oh, that's just notes, huh? Yep. I love that. Okay, so how Get Ghosted came to be. Well, I'm assuming that since you guys are in the room right here, right now, you guys like the paranormal, am I right? Do you guys believe in ghosts? Okay, raise your hand if you can feel when a place is haunted. Okay, do we have any skeptics in the room? Okay, good. This is a really warm audience. I love that. Okay, so I loved those ghost hunting shows like Ghost Adventures. No, what was the first one? Ghost Hunters. Oh man, when they would get that evidence on camera or on the EVP or catch like a shadow figure, I would love it. It kind of gave me the thrills. I don't really know what to explain it, but the only time I've ever come close to doing that in real life was on ghost tours, really good ghost tours. And I've been on a lot of ghost tours all over the country, locally. Locally, I've been to Jerome, Bisbee, Tombstone, Flagstaff, and Phoenix. So I went on a ghost tour in Phoenix and I said, oh my gosh, this is really cool. Phoenix is huge. They still have a lot of their historic buildings behind, more than most cities actually, besides Tempe. And I'm like, I'm gonna make a ghost tour. And so 2 years ago, I started Get Ghosted Phoenix. And I have a couple pictures. So that was me when I was practicing my route. I did trial tours. So what I did was I invited people off of Facebook, $10, come on my tour, give me feedback. How can I improve? And I did that with every single tour. And literally, yes, I think I had a good idea, but the people gave me the better ideas. They gave me ideas that I didn't even think about. I'm like, wow, that's a great obvious idea. So I continued doing that. And so 2 years later, we have 5 tours. And let's see. This is the original tour. This is how it all started. So 2 years ago, when I started this company, it was the Phoenix History, Mystery, and Ghost Tour. And that covers the Rosen House, St. Mary's Basilica, Hanny's, the Renaissance Hotel, Melinda's Alley, and Arizona and Phoenix history. And I'm gonna show you a little preview of it so you can get the idea of what to expect. So bear with me with the volume because I don't know what it's like right now. Oh, it's not, oh, you can't hear it. Am I doing something wrong? Does anyone know about the volume? No? Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, it's much better with the audio, but you can see the stops on here. You use ghost hunting equipment at each stop. So that's the Phoenix History, Mystery, and Ghosts. And then I'll quickly move along since you can't really hear the audio on these things. Now, this is a Central Phoenix Screamix. And why is the audio not working? Any technical support in the house? No? Okay. No. Volume? Jimbo, anything? No? Volume? Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I see.
No, I hear it in there.
Okay. Well, technical difficulties. We're going to play it by ear. So, Jimbo, I'm going to pass it to you. I'll let you tell them about Phoenix Screamix.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for showing up now. Like Nadine said, we're going to be talking about a couple things you generally do not hear about on our haunted areas with this. We're going to go through a couple of them on here, too. One of the first ones I'm going to tell you guys about is actually going to be our AE England building, downtown Phoenix. Anybody seen that? You ever seen that really cool looking structure that's a bunch of different colors right around Central, just around the Westward Ho area? Yes, that it does. Not trying to be sassy, but you are. Yes. We're here all day. Thank you. Come and take a tour with us on here too. We got jokes. We're good. So with this building, one of the reasons why this is included on our tour, and it actually is the first stop we do our ghost hunting on our Central Phoenix Screamix tour, is because many, many years ago, I've actually became a tour guide back in 2013 when I was doing research on downtown Phoenix to find out as much as I possibly could. The old Arizona room in our downtown Phoenix library has some really, really good information over there too. That's very hard to find, a lot of one-off info. Well, going through that, I found a very small portion that was basically stating from a guy that used to work there when it was a car dealership. Now, Phoenix back at this time, too, this is 1926. Remember that we had a lot of transients in at that time, too. People came into Phoenix, maybe looking just to move somewhere else, go south, go anywhere for mining. Well, some did stay in there, even if that was temporary, looking for work. And unfortunately, that also did include children at that time. Well, going through finding this man's story that worked at the car dealership over there, too, that's when they had themselves a little helper over there. And he said he was very, very quiet, didn't speak much, and he was the hardest worker ever. It's basically what everybody wants to have as an employee. Fortunately, she hired me, and all I do is talk. But if I didn't talk, I'd be a pretty lousy tour guide, right? Is this thing on? Hello. Thank you. Anyway, so no more jokes. Outside of that, unfortunately, that little boy that kept showing up to do work failed to show up. So the workers over there just figured, well, maybe he found another job. Maybe something happened. But then they found out through reading in the newspaper over there, too, that a description meeting that little orphan boy over there, too, had passed away. So with that, that is why we ghost hunt, and that is why we also do wind up bringing special things on our ghost hunt with that as well to lure him in, because he was a huge baseball fan. And when he did talk, that is all he would wind up talking about. Now, other things with that too, it's going to talk about. Sure, put the, yeah. Now, if you want to get a little bit of an idea of what the building looked like, and if you know what we're talking about in downtown Phoenix, especially towards the top, that is what that car dealership looked like back there in 1926. So definitely come take that tour with us too. You can learn, see how it looks now and learn a little bit more about that ghost. Now, do you want to talk about the MASH unit downtown?
Yes, let's talk about the ghost hunting equipment, shall
We should, because we were just talking about.
So here's the thing. So ghost tours are awesome no matter what, right? But I like to have my ghost tours interactive because, as you can see, Jimbo's a great storyteller. And if you're standing in front of a building and he's telling you the story, you're going to enjoy it. But for us, some of us who don't have all that charisma, we have to rely on ghost hunting equipment to make our, I'm kidding, we do have talent, but it makes it more of an interactive experience. So, oh, did it just go on?
It did not.
No, I'm talking about, I felt like the microphone just went on, sorry. So one of the things that makes our tour company unique is that we provide ghost hunting equipment on all tours. And we provide 3 different kinds. Dowsing rods, I think Debbie did a presentation on that, so you guys are already experts. EMF detector, which is already going off, and a spirit box. Now, the dowsing rods are the easiest tool for them to manipulate. For whatever reason, the copper is easy for them to manipulate, as opposed to this. This requires a little more work, and that one's like a lot of work. So we use all 3 because between the 3, usually we get some sort of activity, especially at the Basilica, which is going to be one of the haunted spots you did not know about. So let's do a little demo real quick. Jimbo, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Me again. So who has gone hunting for ghosts before? You guys are sick individuals. I love it. Exactly. We'll leave it to it's during the day, and it's not something we normally would do around this time, but we can even do a small little ghost hunt now, just to go ahead and see what we can bring in. Now, with you ghost hunters that have been there or future ghost hunters, who's ever used an EMF detector? Great. See now these work over here too. What we want to do is get that red line all the way as far over as possible, because that means our ghost is trying to communicate and connect with us on here. Sometimes what I'll even use if I'm not getting much action with it, which happens in many things other than ghost hunting, is to go ahead and when I say poke the bear. That's where you would sit there and almost even dare your spirit to say, you know what, can you go all the way to the red? I bet you can't prove to me that you are here and go all the way into the red. Yes. Now, I'll hold it up. Normally, I would put this on the ground with it because I want to prove I'm not manipulating anything. I'm not doing anything with that. And as you can see here, too, we're not getting a whole lot of activity.
It's not getting activity.
But we're getting a little bit. Yeah.
For me, that's enough to get my paranormal juices flowing. But not too crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are kind of PG-13 and R if we've been drinking before our tours, which has happened. Good luck. You might never know what you're going to get. But anyway, with that being said on there too, when that does start moving over a little bit more, that means, all right, we are starting to get something. That means we have a spirit that wants to communicate with us. Sometimes even asking questions will bring it up more to the red. Now, since we're talking about the spirit more, that's what I could even ask. Like, do you have ties to this part of Arizona? Do you have ties to this part of Eastern Phoenix? Do you want to tell me your story? Do you want to go ahead and make your name known? And then when it starts giving us a lot more energy with that over there too, that means we know, hey, this is starting to come through and does want to connect with us. What is the creepiest thing you've ever seen with an EMF detector?
It's just having an intelligent conversation. Are you a boy? Yes. Are you over 20? No. Do you need help? Yes. Why are you here? And it doesn't move because you can't answer a question like that. It's a yes or no. Or you can have, oh yeah, it's yes or no. Sorry, I was getting confused with the equipment.
Yeah, but that's right. There's not 100% correct way to go some with it because everybody's different. Every spirit is different. But with that too, when we do start moving that, seeing that move up to the red, then we know, okay, we've got something that wants to communicate with us. One of the scariest things that I've ever seen and done was ask questions like, do you not like me on tours? And it went all the way to the red, all the way to the red. Then a guest on the guide said, do you want Jimbo to die? Went all the way to the red and stayed there. And that wasn't me trying to be funny. Yes. That was in front of the A.L. Moore Morgan Mortuary, which we, yes. Yes, I'll tell you something else scary that happened over there too when we look at the next one.
Okay.
Now this is our spirit box. What the spirit box does, how many of you other people out here have hunted for ghosts with one of these? Spirit box, that's just a rapidly scanning radio. It's going to go with, and what this does, that's going to pick up white noise so you can actually get more than a yes, no answer response from your spirit. So we can go ahead and pop through that. We use the AM frequency because there's fewer radio stations to interfere with that. This is the time I'd like to bring up a volunteer. Who wants to come over and hunt with one of these with me? Don't throw your wife under the bus. Yeah, I'm going to, yeah, there we go. Yes. Come on here, my friend. Oh, it's too late. No, you wrecked that already. Yeah. Maybe next time. We'll get to that. What's your name, young lady?
Karen.
Karen. Good to meet you. Now, hunting with our spirit box. This is when you can ask some questions. Is there a spirit you want to speak with, or do you just want to hear from a random person? What type of questions would you want to ask?
Is my mother here?
What was your mother's name?
Sarah.
Sarah, are you here with us? If you are here, Sarah, we've got family that wants to speak with you. Go ahead and ask some more questions, too.
Is my grandmother here? I've been told that she's my person that takes care of me. And her name was Margaret.
When it sticks on a radio station way longer than it should. Yeah.
Can you tell us who's here with us today?
Can you give us a name? Can you tell us what city you were born in? Because we want to hear your story. We want to know more about you and your life.
Are you a male? Do you need help? Do you have performance anxiety?
It said something. Dad? Oh.
This spirit box is loud, but sometimes the words don't come out as clear as other spirit boxes. So there's another one that we use that's very clear, but not loud. So it's like paper noise.
These ones are my preferred one.
Are they?
And that's, yes, these ones I prefer.
Okay, he likes those. I like the other ones. You see, it depends on your format.
Yes, yeah. And with these two, even communicating with a spirit box, do you want to ask any more questions?
Yeah.
Please.
If my deceased husband's around,
What was his name?
Bud Lloyd.
Lloyd, are you there, buddy?
If anyone who wants to speak with her, say something right now so she can hear you.
And if you can't speak, can you lower the volume? It sounded like you raised it. Can you lower the volume? Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go to finish the slideshow, but is there anything you want to say? Can you say louder?
Wow. There it is, turning up the volume.
Can you make it lower?
Can you turn the volume down? Then we'll know somebody's here that we know. I heard no as well.
All right, you're a little sassy kid.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Woke you up early on a Saturday. Thank you, Karen, everybody. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. And that's one nice thing about ghost hunting, or the not nice thing, is these spirits are not on our payroll, so we can never force them to be here at any time. We just hope they will. And with them, we never really like to make demands. We ask more for cooperation.
Yes. And in a normal setting, a normal ghost tour, we'd have more time. And, you know, sometimes it takes more than the 10 minutes to get the action started. And we don't have a lot of time to do a ghost hunt per se at these stops, because there's 6-7 stops and we can't just stay there for 2 hours. It'd be great, but that's why we have specialty tours, but that's another story. So let me take a sip of water. Will you tell them a joke real quick while I sip water?
I won't tell you guys a joke because mine are terrible and you need to take the tour for any of those away. That's where the gold is at. But I will tell you guys probably the scariest thing that I've ever had happen to me on a spirit box. I was actually with the group of guests a while back, and when we were ghost hunting with one of those over there too, I clearly heard my last name pop through on there. Now, my last name is McAllister, so it's not Smith or Anderson or something very common. And then when that happened, about a minute later, we heard McAllister again. After that, I almost wanted to quit seriously after that time, but that is probably the scariest thing that's ever happened. It's only happened once and has never happened again.
What about the staff meeting that one time?
We don't talk about
that one was scary. Usually I have great team meetings. We have great vibe, great energy. That's the other thing. Like our tours, we're future ghosts. Check it out. Okay, we have future ghosts. And yes, so you know, we kind of have a vibe and we like to be kind of goofy and have fun. And so we had this horrible staff meeting, and it literally, like, it was the craziest thing. It was like most Mondayest Friday I've ever had in my life. So back to the story, or back to the presentation. So have any of you heard of the MCSO MASH unit? What, really? You have? Okay, so this is a crazy story. So the MCSO MASH unit is an animal rescue. It stands for Maricopa County, what's the A? Maricopa County Animal Safe Haven Unit. So that's the MASH unit. And it actually is housed in a former jail. So before the 70s, the county and city jail were located at the courthouse, the old courthouse in downtown Phoenix, and they had jail cells on the top 2 floors. And as the population grew, it became crowded, dangerous. People were killing each other or hanging themselves, and they just needed a more modern facility. So the MASH unit is now housed inside the former First Avenue jail. So that jail was the first jail built in downtown to accommodate the county's jail population, and it was able to hold up to 500 people, and it was considered state of the art and modern. But in 1989, it didn't meet standards, and they ended up shutting it down. In the meantime, Phoenix, especially in Ahwatukee, they were having a really hard time with animal mutilations. There was a case of teenagers who were involved in occult satanic rituals, and they kept beheading and disemboweling cats in the neighborhood. And of course, that caused an outrage, and Sheriff Joe actually started the Animal Crimes Unit because there were all these laws that were available to protect animals, but no one really knew what they were. So that's why they created the Animal Crimes Unit. Now, after that, it kind of evolved into the MASH unit, where it became a place where they rescued animals from either people who have passed away and their dogs or pets are left over. Sometimes there's cockfighting, there's dog fighting, there's neglect. If there's a murder case, there's so many different reasons, usually for neglect and abuse. They're rehabbed, and then they are actually adopted out for their forever home. So it's a very amazing place. And on the flip side of this, there are opportunities for inmates. Wait, that's not the one. There are opportunities for inmates to actually work there and actually get certifications like dog grooming. They learn life skills, decision-making skills. So one thing about Sheriff Joe Arpaio is, yes, he is a controversial figure. But look at this. Look what he did. He did something amazing for animals, and he provided resources for prisoners who he could set them up for when they leave jail. And there's been a lot of success stories. Now, this place they have paranormal activity daily there. I was just there last night for a haunted ghost tour. We do one there actually next week. It's called Haunted Jails and Rough RUFF Tales, TAILS. And I'm gonna just show you real quick what it looks like in there. And we got crazy activity, so check it out. So we go inside these cells, we do the Estes method. They turn off the lights now. That was the first time we did it, but they're like, maybe we should turn off the lights. Okay, so yeah, there you go. No, that's just for a couple hours. We do learn a lot about the ghost there. So there's a ghost there, and his name's George. George was a former inmate who actually hung himself in the prison, and we got a lot of activity in his cell when we do ghost hunting there. But I will say that he actually is very much a prankster type ghost. He likes to be acknowledged. I don't know if you've ever had ghosts like that, but if you don't acknowledge them, they get antsy. That's George. And he actually has been known to show up as a shadow figure. And when he's in the runs, so when employees will go through the runs to feed the animals, of course they're going crazy. They know they're getting fed. What animal doesn't, right? And then all of a sudden she's like in the middle of the run, and it gets quiet. And they're all turning and facing the other wall. Not one of them is moving. They're just fixated, and cage by cage, they were all like that. And so she started getting towards the end of the run, and she got really uncomfortable. So she left the food and she started walking out, and she turns, and she said she could hear footsteps behind her. And she said that she heard heard it coming faster, and then she looked behind her and she could see a shadow figure coming towards her, and she went up the stairs and ran up and left. She literally left work right, and she was almost done. That's the type of stuff we have. We have a mimic ghost. He will he will actually make noises or speak like people who are not even in the building. So if you're working on Tuesday and Betty doesn't work on Tuesday, you're going to hear Betty on Tuesday on a certain part of the building. It is so strange, and it happens often. There's a woman who is very religious, didn't believe in ghosts, didn't really go there, right? Well, she worked at MASH for a bit, and she was sitting at her desk and she was alone and she heard whispers. And she's like, what the heck? I'm alone here. She's looking around. And then all of a sudden she heard, I don't know what the words were, but she heard it whispered right in her ear 3 times. She screamed bloody murder. The staff on the 4th floor came running down. They told me they thought she was being kidnapped or assaulted because it was scary. So they went running down and she was running up, and they said she was white as a ghost. Get it? She was white as a ghost. And she said that she heard voices and she was alone and she couldn't explain it and like left. And she didn't come back for like 2 weeks. She came back and she doesn't even acknowledge it happened. She goes like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so, yeah, that's her current condition. I don't know what that means. Do with that what you will. There's way more stuff about it. If you want to learn more, you can book the Haunted Jails tour. It's totally awesome. I'm now going to hand it back over to Jimbo, your favorite ghost host. He's going to tell you about wait a minute. He's going to tell you about the A.L. Moore. Where are you, guy? There. Bummer. Sorry. Okay. Let me get out of the way.
Oh, good. Everybody having fun? Yeah, I'm having a blast too. Yeah, thank you guys for having us here too, and thank you guys for still sticking around. Now, this next area I do want to talk to you about too. Again, this is kind of from our lesser known haunted places with this, and this is our A.L. Moore and Sons Morgan Mortuary. Not to give the entire thing away with this, but A.L. Moore too was a very good person for Phoenix. He came from the state of Pennsylvania in 1904, and he worked in the morgue business as a mortician with that. Now, he hated snow, and that's why he came to Phoenix. He said he wanted one of the hottest places he could find. He succeeded with that. But when he came out here, his whole goal was retirement. But seeing at that time, Phoenix really wasn't set up for people to die. It wasn't too uncommon, even if there was a dead body or somebody over there passed away, you just take them to the outskirts of town, bury them there, someone else's problem later down the road. He saw this and said, you know what? I love Phoenix. I love what Phoenix has done for me. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure we can at least, start getting the dead here in a little bit better shape. And he did. So in downtown Phoenix off Adams Street in between 3rd and 4th Avenues with that on the south side, that's where he wound up getting some land over there too and built one of the first little Morgan mortuaries we had downtown. Now, more and more people were coming to Phoenix during this time, which means more and more people were dying. Remember, this is the early 1900s. Tooth infection could kill you at that time. So when this was taking place with it, A.L. Moore would sometimes even take in random bodies that had just passed away. Somebody over there just said, hey, you know what? I don't know this person, but they passed away over here too. Take it over to the Morgan Mortuary, and A.L. Moore and his family would take care of them. So he was a good person with this, but he started getting older and older with that. They really didn't build the Morgan Mortuary. The standards you're going to see kind of sticking around too long with that. Yeah, broke it, fixed it. But as you can see right towards the end of it, that is not it either. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that is the one over there too. I think I see something different. I'm not technologically advanced with it here. I'm just eye candy. But anyhow, so when that did wind up taking place with the Morgan Mortuary over there, that did stick around for quite a while with it too. But then later on, they said, hey, the building's falling down. Phoenix is growing a lot more, and we really need to repurpose this land for things. So they did. Now, the Moore family over there still operates in business with another family out in the West Valley in Phoenix. So that legacy still kept on for over 100 years with that. But what happens with a piece of property that so many dead had been in? Well, that can go ahead and bring up a lot of not so good feelings with that, because a lot of people didn't want to die at that time, or they died very horrific deaths in Phoenix. So that's why on our Central Phoenix Screamix tour, that is where we wind up doing our very second ghost investigation, is on that same property that took place. Now with this, that's where we can stir up a lot of ghosts who are not wanting to cross over to the other side. We get a lot of action on the spirit boxes on that tour with it. That is also the same place that I heard my last name called twice. So if you think you don't like your job, have that happen to you one night and then see if you want to go back. But that did come around over there. Now with that area too, because downtown Phoenix is still quite busy. This piece of property there actually now has a courthouse that's in there. Even though the Morgan Mortuary is gone and we get a lot of activity hunting for ghosts in there, people that do work in the courthouse have definitely given descriptions stating, you know what, we don't think a lot of these ghosts have passed away. Those can be things that we do commonly see with that, one of which is cold spots. With air conditioning, sometimes you can explain that away, and I get that and understand that. But people working in there, especially if there's fewer in there, would often feel that tap that goes on their shoulder to turn around and find absolutely nobody there. Going into the bathroom stall with all of the sinks turning on at the same time. And then when they leave, all of them shut off around the same time. And even that awful, awful smell of embalming fluid that would just show up out of nowhere working inside the courthouse with that. These still take place over in here too, and that's why I want you guys to come take that tour to learn more about that spot. So, your next spot.
Let's see. How are we on time, Jimbo? Do you know? Huh? 05? Thank you. We're good. Yeah. Okay. So let me get to the next unit. No, I'm back here. So, okay. This is my absolute favorite haunted hotspot in downtown Phoenix. Has anyone heard that the St. Mary's Basilica is haunted? Yes, yes. She has a lot of, by the way, Debbie Branning's book, I used that for my first tour. I used her book to help me create the script for the first tour. So if you guys are interested on a good, accurate book, I definitely recommend that one. I think it's called Phoenix History. What's it called? Haunted Phoenix. That's right. Yeah. Definitely a good one. And also for Melinda Zali, which may or may not make the cut depending on time. But St. Mary's Basilica, that is the original Catholic church in Phoenix. And it started off at somebody's home because the community was very small. It was the 1890s. And back then, priests would horse and buggy it from Florence every 3 months to conduct mass in his home. Eventually, as the population grew, they needed to create a more permanent place of worship, and they created an adobe church, which is not the one that's there now. And it was kind of transitional between the home and then to the basilica that it is now. And let me show you this. So you can see at the bottom here so what would you call it? That's not like a railing. What would you call that? With this part right here. The walkway. Perfect. So where the walkway is, that's where the basement church was. That was completed in 1903. And then the rest of it, as you can see, is the rest of the basilica. It was built in 1914. So this was built in the Mission Revival style, which replicated the Spanish conquistadors style of architecture when they were kind of running the streets here in Arizona. So then the real mic drop happened in 1985. Pope John Paul II came and visited Phoenix. And then 2 years later, he officially ordained it a minor basilica. And that officially put the church on the map, Phoenix on the map, culturally and spiritually. So it's a really big deal. So on the left of this photo, you can see that's where the friars were. That's where they stayed. And on the right, you can see another building. That was a school. So there was a school right next to St. Mary's. And I think it was one of the first Catholic schools in Phoenix. So that's no longer there, but that one still is. And then I just wanted to show you the inside of it. That's the Romanesque style. So it's very, pillars and columns and gold. So that's inside. Now, the thing about this is that churches are haunted. I mean, churches are notoriously haunted. Obviously, can anyone guess why? Not all at once, one at a time. Funerals. Got anything else? That's good. and their energies people are having, maybe they're having a rough spat in life, or their celebrations of life. I mean, there's so much, it's like a paranormal marinade in a church, basically. There's so much going on there. So, no wonder things get ghostly. And so some of the things that happen in the church are your typical cold spots when it shouldn't be. People have seen apparitions of Franciscan priests in their robes walking around and then disappearing. And I've actually interviewed the organist and a couple of people who work there, and the most common reporting that they have here, they say, is that they hear when the church is completely empty, they hear as if someone has pulled down the pew and kneeled to pray. That's the most common reporting. Or shuffling in the altar area, hearing voices whispering, and when they go out to check, nobody's there, but they feel like they're being watched. The organ has gone on and off on its own when no one is there. I actually spoke to the director when we were trying to do a partnership. Oh, that's another story, but I'll get to in a second. So he was telling me that he didn't believe in ghosts. He thought like, oh, well, not that he didn't believe, but he hadn't experienced it, so it wasn't really for him type thing. But he said after working there for like 3 weeks, he just couldn't like shake it that there was something paranormal going on. He said he'd be in his office alone, in the office, but there's other office spaces, but in his office alone, and he would hear typing or like the mouse moving in another office, and he would go in and his coworker wasn't there. So that type of stuff. And there's actually a famous story at the Basilica. It actually made the front page of a newspaper, if you see that. And this was before fake news, so we know it's accurate. So basically there was a man who was walking down the street right in front of the Basilica, and underneath the archways, he saw an apparition of 2 ladies dressed in white, emanating an eerie glow. Are you falling asleep? He's falling asleep. No, Jimbo.
He was up early fishing.
And okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh, you were? Okay. You were really into it, right? That's where it is. Okay. So that's okay. I'm going to put that in there. Like, that's the first time it's ever happened. At least that I noticed. Don't worry. I'm getting to the good stuff. Oh, you know him? Is that your neighbor?
No, I go fishing with these.
Okay. That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So he sees these 2 ladies, and he had been drinking. I left that part out, but he did walk all the way to the end of not all the way to the end. He kept walking until the Basilica was out of sight, and he saw them until he was out of sight. And he kept it to himself, but then he found out some dude named Frank saw the same exact thing. They met up, compared notes, and they went to the paper, and it made the front page. And as you can see, strange guardians of church door, a midnight pedestrian sees a fearful fright, 2 women in white, headless and luminous. So what do you guys think? Total proof, right? Now, the archways. The archways are the most common places we get paranormal activity. We always get activity on the EMF detector there. Dowsing rods, spirit boxes. We are on a first name basis with at least 5. There's a Juan, there's a Jose, there's a, oh my gosh, Ward. He's actually the original Catholic priest there. We have, who am I missing? Steve. Steve is the English speaker of the group. And then we have a new addition, which is kind of sad. About 6 or 7 months ago, we noticed, remember the walkway? Let me show you. Okay. This part, the walkway, you guys can see over here. One part of the walkway, we were doing a ghost hunt, and one part on the ledge of the walkway, someone on the tour pointed out, what is this? This looks like blood. And they went and looked, and it did look like blood and like maybe hair. And so that was weird, right? Like, why is that there? It's a church. So my guide who came across that scene, she did some digging, and it turns out that there was a woman, they called her Sophie. Like, I don't know why, like, I think because it came up on the spirit box. We don't officially know her name, but apparently she was sleeping at the church, because sometimes that does happen. Homeless people will sleep at the church. It's a safe place. And she must have gotten up, but somebody took her head, bashed it on the railing, and she flipped over, and she obviously died. Now, she had no next of kin, and so it's kind of like one of those forgotten souls. Like where does she go? No, does anyone know about her? You know, that type of thing, which is really sad. However, she quite often has come on the tour through Dastiny Rods specifically to talk. And I think she feels like she's telling her story because she does talk often. I don't do that tour anymore, but apparently on the tour, she said that she was killed, but that she's sad, but that she, you know, she's okay. So it's very crazy. So this place has also said my name on a spirit box. My name is Nadine. So you can imagine that that's probably not a coincidence because it's happened more than once. And let me show you a couple of the photos some of my guests have taken. So right here, these actually, I can probably, okay. So right here, these are the archways right here. And there was two guests, a father and a son. So if you look here, that's the father. And the son, he's sitting on the ground listening to his spirit box. But what's this? People will say, some people will say it's a shadow figure. Others will say it's photoshopped, but that really did happen. Okay, the Girl Scouts. I have Girl Scouts on my tours. They always bring the paranormal energy, and I'm going to show you. They took a rapid succession of photos, and if you look over here, you can kind of see something in the doorway manifesting, but look right here. It's like, we call that a peekaboo. And these are the Girl Scouts. Right in the archways. Oh, this is an actual conversation someone had on the spirit box. Let's see if you can hear it. It's partially in Spanish, so bear with me. So she was talking in Spanish and it said, what? Okay. Okay, let's see. What's the next one? Oh, we just did that one? Okay, we did that one. Oh, I don't have the one with the, oh, that sucks. Okay, I don't have that one. All right, what time are we on? Okay, so what did you guys think of the Basilica? Do you guys think that place might be haunted? Yes? Awesome. Okay, so question for you guys. We are doing a raffle to give away 2 free tickets to our tours. If you have not got a raffle ticket, can you please raise your hand so Jimbo can come by and get you tickets? Also, while he's doing that, if any of you guys have any questions or any stories you'd like to share, we love hearing that. Yes.
My daughter was just starting to get into woo-woo, and we went to Deadwood, and she was with some other friends, and she said, walk into that hotel, Mom. That's all she said, was just walk in there. I walked in there, and I just, the hair on the back of my neck, I just went, oh, I came out.
Where was this? I'm sorry.
Deadwood, South Dakota.
Oh, wow. So you've had your own experience.
She said, did you feel it? Oh, yeah. She goes, it's just so haunted in there.
So you felt that, huh? Thank you for sharing that. Does anyone else want to share anything? Yes, I'm sorry. It's kind of hard to see, so I apologize if I didn't see you before. Yeah.
And so after he did it, he'd gone home like last Christmas. So I thought, well, I'll mess around with him. And it was like the spirit box thing where you
Yeah.
and I turned it on and I could hear like little women voices in the house.
In your house?
Yeah. And then I walked into the spare bedroom where my roommate had moved out of, and it was difficult to get them out. But they had finally moved out, and I walked in there, and all of these other were just like soft little women's voices. And I walked in that bedroom, and it was this deep, gruff man's voice that just went liar. And I'm needless to say, I saged my house.
I was going to say, that's one place I definitely don't use those. You're a brave woman. But nothing happened after that, right? Good. Awesome. Anyone else? Questions? Nothing? No one has stories? Oh, yeah? No? Okay. We got it? We're good. Can you hand me the basket? The basket's over here, actually. I'll hand it to you. How's that? All right, Jimbo. You ready? All right. Moment of truth. The winner's about to be announced. Woo! 2 free tickets. I know.
Now, if you don't win, don't be mad at me. But if you don't, please come up here and grab some literature too. It's going to tell you how you can come book a tour with us. We would love to have you guys on there. Me personally, I do the Central Phoenix Scenics tour only on Friday nights at 7 p.m. right now. I would love to have you on that one if you make it on there. If you don't, that's fine. I'm also the least attractive tour guide.
That's not true.
Company.
I do want to mention before you answer, I did have a tour scheduled to go for the St. Mary's Basilica. I actually met with the director there. So that's one thing about Get Ghosted Phoenix that you may not know is that I am local, born and raised in Arizona, but I actually like to connect with other businesses. So for example, on the Phoenix History, Mystery, and Ghost Tour, we partner with Quesa's own restaurant. It's our first stop in the Teeter House. They have a booze and brews menu. You can get like haunted hummus or wicked wine, and it's happy hour pricing for our guests. So people will get to try the cuisine and can make like a full night of it, right? We also have one on Mill Avenue. That's our newest tour. It's called The Mills Have Eyes. And we start at the Downtown Tempe Authority, which used to be Monty's. We go to the Hayden Mill. We do a ghost hunt there. We go inside Casa Loma. That place is very haunted. We do a ghost hunt in there and then take you through all the haunted historic locations in Tempe, and it's super fun. But we did have a scheduled tour with St. Mary's Basilica, and I started marketing it, and people were booking it because we were going to go inside. He was going to do the history, the architecture, and maybe a little dark history that is, it's respectful, but you can learn about religion and also kind of get a spooky vibe, right? And then after, we were going to tell the ghost stories and do a ghost hunt outside because they didn't want that inside, obviously. I started marketing it, and someone in the higher up didn't like it, and it got to the bishop. The bishop found out about it and told the head priest. The head priest told my guy, and so it's been postponed, but I'm still going to work on it. So the whole point is I'm trying to make it, yes, I love ghost hunting to the paranormal, but I'm also trying to partner with businesses so people can learn more about the community as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay, sorry. Back to the winner.
All right. You got your tickets ready?
You don't even need the mic.
And the number is 666.
No way.
I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Someone's gonna beat me up.
Yeah, on the way out.
And if you do, it's justified. All right, number is 6681440.
Woo! Congratulations. Okay.
What's that? Yeah. So for the OZ guys who didn't win, yeah. However, we would still love to come see you guys on a tour with us anytime. Like Nadine was saying, we've got a lot of different tours to offer. We also have a lot of different tour guides. They're all a little bit different. Just kind of depends on what you want to see. But the weather is getting better. You're going to get a little exercise. You're going to have some fun. You're going to learn some things with that. We're going to hang out for a little bit as well. You'll probably even catch us outside here too. If you have questions, want to learn more about what we're doing, anything else, you want to pick our brains, we'd love to hear from you. Love to learn more about that. Well, your stories too, but please come pick one of these up and that'll let you know you can book a tour with us. Enjoy the rest of the festival, everybody.
Haha, you guys have to deal with us again.
Well, welcome back, our live audience. We are the Truth About Beer Inn, hanging out with you guys all day today. We do have some Truth About Beer merchandise over here if you guys want to come over and check it out.
Can you go down? Because it's like here up.
It's my better half.
Yeah, that's good. And then just move it back just slightly, like the whole thing. And yeah, I think we're all in there. Yep. Nope. Go back towards Keith a little bit. That way. More. Right there.
You're very demanding.
I know. That's what you love about me, though. Let's be real.
So what
Bossy, but in a respectable way.
She makes the big bucks.
Exactly.
I do.
So if you guys haven't heard of our podcast, please go check us out on YouTube, The Truth About Beer, and we've got a lot of episodes.
Theirs is The Truth About Beer and. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hi. It was like, oh my God, Kendra's way too cute for video chat. So it froze. Freezed.
Freezed it up.
I haven't slept, guys.
Sleep's overrated.
Which one of these is mine? Because every time I talk, there's feedback. I want to turn it down.
Yours is the orange one.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's better.
All right.
Hiya.
So who's up next?
Did you bring any headphones with you? Can I have some, please?
We've been depriving her.
Okay.
What we'll do is we'll turn that camera off. That way you don't see it on the TV.
So how is everybody enjoying the festival so far? You guys liking it? Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
I am too. You got to take a walk with me and show me where the wreckage stuff is too.
Oh, Lindsay knows right where it's at too.
We'll walk with
She
you
can
to the
help you
wreckage
out.
later. The what? The wreckage. I want to go see it.
Oh, yeah.
Later. Ooh, I almost just poked my eye out with a microphone. Love that.
Is that even possible?
Look, I make things that are not
You make the
possible.
impossible possible.
I
There you
tripped over my own foot 3 times in the span of 24 seconds yesterday. It was awesome. What can I say? I'm just that talented, guys.
Would you like some water?
go. I'm good. I got mine down here. Thank you. Cool.
I think I have a fun little paranormal thing that I can share.
Okay.
So anybody in our live audience or online, how many of you guys know about the Conjuring House? See? Yeah.
It's not working for some reason.
So I don't know if you guys know what's going on with it currently, but there has been some developments and it's currently going to go up for auction at the end of this month. Obviously, I think all of us here would love to see the Conjuring House in good hands, not with somebody who may destroy it or use it purely for profit, basically. So because of this, we have good people who are working towards raising money and awareness to be able to get the funds to purchase the house at auction. How many of you know who Mr. Jason Hawes is? Yeah. I'm very lucky to call Mr. Jason Hawes from TAPS a friend, and he has been one of the most supportive people for my journey in the paranormal over the last 17 years. And just for every person he meets, he genuinely is the person that you see on TV. Nicest man alive. He swore he would never have anything to do with the Conjuring House. However, he is now the one that is raising the funds to be able to purchase the house at auction, because he knows that if somebody else buys that house, it's going to go into the wrong hands or we're going to lose its historical value. So if you guys want to know, I can do that, Keith. I'm good. So if you guys want to know more, Jason does have a YouTube video about it on his channel. And he's doing the right thing, even though it's not something he ever wanted to do. His daughter Satori and her fiance Cody are big into the Conjuring House, and they were actually caretakers for the Conjuring House. So they are also helping there. Excuse me. So it's just something to be aware of, something to think about. And, you know, if you guys spread the word and let other people know, they're on the right track. But guys, we've only got 2 weeks? Let's see. It's just under 2 weeks until that house goes up for auction. So we gotta make sure that if we all want this house to go where it needs to go and be respected, that we put it out there and everybody knows about it. If you guys go to Jason's YouTube page, he does have a link to the GoFundMe in there. You can also search on GoFundMe, Jason Hawes Conjuring House, and it pops up as the first one. There's also a video on that page that kind of explains what he's trying to do with it and why, he backtracked and did something that he said he was never going to do. So it's good. It's what you need in this time.
It's quiet.
It's quiet. Just kidding. I'm not. The no sound or the
I was
feedback?
turned up the other one from the computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still there.
I've seen a couple of you with the lemonade, but has everybody tried the lemonade? Is it so good? Because I love a good lemonade. I'm going to have to go get one. I know. I think they have I saw 18 flavors and I was like, what's going on? We'll go over there first.
So it could be bad. The computer core itself. Is it time?
Not quite. Oh, yep. All right, guys, it is 1:30, so we are going to turn it over to our next speakers. We have Marianne, where law enforcement meets the unknown. So welcome, Marianne. There you go. Not on my list, sorry.
truth about beer.